Yeah, what was you talking about right before we started? Say it again for the crowd.
For those who don't know, man, God of War coming out next week. Ooh,
Oh, that's what. Yeah, that's what
that's
we're
exactly
talking
what I
about.
was talking about.
Oh,
From so
okay.
many publications, 10 out of 10. We off the rip. Actually, what I was gonna start with I was gonna start like with a super hard question. I was like, all right, anti-Semitic son or anti-black daughter? Come on, right off the rip. What we doing?
Abortion.
Come on, man. You can't
No.
say that in the first 45 seconds.
Oh shit! I wasn't even thinking about
It's
demonetization. I
fine.
was just
Yeah,
thinking
no, it's
about
fine. We don't care. We do not care.
yeah.
But yeah, that's like a nigga was like a military son or police daughter, and I was just like, brother,
Oh
my
man.
brother, man. Semen retention.
See, I might be willing to go military daughter because as
Mm-mm.
long as she's not going to war and
Mm-mm.
killing people, she just in there for a check and for
No. Do
for
you know what
college
happens
tuition.
to women in the military, sir?
Oh,
Yeah, you
no,
see,
that's not
you're never
good.
safe. Mm-mm.
That's not
Mm-mm.
good.
Semen retention. Final answer.
Human retention. How about I just just dump it in the toilet?
Dump it in the toilet. He's like, yo, you got a sock? You got
That,
a sock I could use, yo?
that's nasty. Whenever niggas said that, I never understood that growing up.
That
I was
is
like,
an
what do
insane
you
thing.
even
I've
mean by
never
that?
done that. I've literally
I've
never done
never
that. I
done that.
can't because
I
it.
don't.
I've looked at it and thought about it before, and I'm like, that just don't sound right. That just
It
don't
don't, yeah,
sound like
like
it
what
work.
do you? Why?
It's no benefit. There's no real tangible benefit to that. I'm just like, you niggas are saying things and you're doing things that just don't add up. A sock, bro. Use a tissue, brother, man. Paper towels, shit, an old shirt
Shit,
you don't want no
a
more.
towel.
Anything.
You gonna use the smallest piece of fabric you got in your room? You gonna use an ankle sock?
And then forget it's crusted up.
Oh, see, now there's levels of degeneracy.
I'm glad I never stooped that low.
Never,
Yeah,
never
nigga
have
like
I ever.
me, I was just bugging.
What
I'm sorry.
What you mean by that?
Yo, you know what'd be dope? Imagine if Kratos would fight the bosses from Elden Ring. I'm sure someone's working on it.
He would smoke them niggas.
He wouldn't smoke me though. I'll tell
He'll
that
roll
nigga
you
drill.
up
It'd
like
be holding a shoe
he
bugging.
wouldn't even roll you up like a back, but he would roll you up like a white owl, a Swisher Sweet, inferior rolling products. He would roll you up in a raw.
It's inferior. Nah, I ain't gonna. I'll give him and Trace the business. I'll cook them niggas.
I'll give a trace to business. I'll beat any little kid up. That don't matter to
Yeah,
me.
Dolo. I'm talking about. It's a boss that come with like the companion.
You got you got the God skin noble and the God skin apostle. Hated
Yeah,
them
man.
niggas.
So let's get it kicked off, man. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and no, never mind. Y'all. Why do I keep? I don't want y'all money. You can't sneak in here, okay? If you're not 18. Um, but welcome to another episode 71. We skipped one last week, baby.
Yeah, when I pulled my mic out, I had to dust it off. I had to blow the dust off it.
I ain't gonna hold you. When I opened Discord, I had to update it.
I felt like Nas dusting off his mic after that his retirement. He came back and dropped the album.
But yeah, well, first and foremost, man, how is everybody, man? How's the gang?
It's only two of us in here. What gang?
Nigga, you motherfuckers, man. It's us two and then Craig. That's four people. And then Reef. That's four people. That's a gang,
I mean,
technically.
I got multiple personalities too. So
So look, we already was mobbing. Like, so how they doing?
uh, all them niggas tired. I've been
What's late? What?
using
Okay.
I've been using my abilities to switch between personas so that we all get an equal share at work this week, and we all tired. It was just so much work to be done. We just man,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So what Larry do while y'all was doing all of that?
You can't just make up names. Larry ain't one of my personas. He my first owner. You know
Okay,
what?
so you
The
know
joke
what?
is too
Yeah.
far. I'm not even gonna joke about that.
Yeah, I was about to say. So since you won't answer
Alright.
my question of how are how are you and how you've been this week?
Man, I'm just tired. I'm just all day today. I've just been fucking just out of it. I'm ready for all this shit to be over. Well, shit is over for the most part. We moved into the new office this week. We had the grand opening, so we had people coming in Tuesday, Wednesday, and today. I'm expecting next week to not be so bad, but just because the office opened up now, um, I'm supposed to be there every day up until Thanksgiving. Just to make sure shit moves smoothly since it's a new office.
Mm-hmm.
So my schedule is gonna be kind of ass for at least the next 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you what. That seems pretty bad, but that's not good, you know?
It's good for No Nut November, my semen retention.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. That would help. Yeah, so was that was that ever really like honest? Like was the No Nut November, was that really ever a thing? Like I don't cuz
Could
I've
not have
never
possibly been. There's
it
no
couldn't have
way
been,
in
right?
hell.
Like I thought it
No,
was just like a long con that just was never going to go.
it's not possible. There's no way. Now the kids these days, they're really doing it. Like
I
the fucking
I
Gen
don't
Z or
I
whatever
don't
they are.
believe you still. I think it's still a gag.
Them niggas, I don't know. They make it seem serious. I don't know,
Mm.
but the niggas that made it up, our generation, we was obviously joking about it. But I don't know. I think the next generation, I think they're really doing it.
Mm.
Couldn't be me though. Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, I mean that's what I'm saying. I just don't believe that. Like, especially kids like you of y'all of all people this population? Nah.
When I said kids, I didn't mean like actual anybody younger than me, pretty much. Anybody in Gen Z.
Oh
So
yeah,
like
you could be
niggas is like
23 and
20.
be a kid to me at this
Yeah,
point. Like,
exactly.
no
That's how
disrespect,
old we is now.
little nigga.
I mean, they be calling us old because we over 25. So them niggas kids.
Once you get to like 30, you old to everybody. That's what I'm saying. So, all right.
Yeah, we old. They chillins, cheerins.
Let's see. We got a lot of stuff
You
on
didn't.
there,
You
man.
didn't say how you was doing. We just
Oh
went
me?
straight to semen retention after my week.
Oh, um, I've been all right, man. I've been all right. I've had off. I've had off the last 2 days, right? Yeah, 2 days. So it's been cool.
That's why you been off. That's crazy. I think you
Yeah,
know somebody.
yeah. You think you know? But it's been a good stretch because like I got off now, and then I got off 2 days next week. And then like so basically like long story short, like I got paid on Halloween, and it's like I'm gonna pretty much end up working 4 days and get paid for
Okay.
2 weeks worth of work.
Okay.
So in 14 days, man, I worked 4 days.
I'm
So
kind of disappointed because I bought a predator mask to wear for Halloween, and I didn't even get to wear it because I was working so much.
you say you bought a Deshaun Watson mask?
Yeah. 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 I'm not gonna list no more predators. There's not free promo for predator.
Yeah. Nah, we don't just it's not free promo. Yeah, that's insane. Um, but yeah, no. Yeah, my week is good. Head off. Feeling all right. Get my mom right, head right, all that. Yeah, no, I've been good. I can't complain. Man. Some good games came out, so that's been that's been something nice.
Yeah, man. Game
You know,
Cindy, Game Central, yo. We went from not having anything to play, barely getting on, to having too much to play. Some would say.
some would say. I mean, I still wouldn't say it's too much. Like 3
I
is
would.
like that happy, like balance of like, I got 3,
Well, so we
and
got Dragon Ball The Breakers came out like two
I'm
weeks
not.
ago.
No disrespect, I'm not counting that as the
I'm counting
rotation,
that
but yeah,
because
go ahead.
I had fun with it. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's too much to play because it's not even in the rotation.
Yeah,
But
I
I
get you.
would play it if we didn't have nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Ball The Breakers came out like 2 weeks ago. I had fun playing it. I would have played it more, but I started working so much that I haven't had a chance to play it. By the time I was
Mm-hmm.
able to play games again, Resident Evil Verse came out, a banger, a solid. It, it would be a 5 out of 5 for me, but it's some stuff missing that it drops it down to 3. There's
Yeah,
so
I was
much
about to
stuff
say.
missing
I
that I
think
had to
it's
drop it
3.
down two
Yeah.
points, but the gameplay is so fun that I still play it.
Oh
Like
yeah,
the lack of game modes, the fact that you can't play with. Now I'll drop it down to a 2 out of 5 because the fact that you can't
two and
play
a
with
half.
friends
Yeah, word.
is the fact that you can't play for friends is 2 points off top gone. The lack of game modes. Also the fact that they dropped it the same day as Modern Warfare is just bonkers to me. Deduct a point 5 point for that. That's crazy. Yeah, what were y'all making us choose between Modern Warfare 2 and
And a
Resident Evil
game that
Verse?
technically came out 2 years ago. Like,
Yeah, like what y'all doing, man? What is y'all on?
yeah, this is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Capcom also does Monster Hunter, right?
Yes.
Okay, and this is my issue with Capcom. Um, Capcom, if I'm being 100% correct or being honest, they don't have anything what they're doing in America.
They have no idea.
They have no idea what
No
they're
idea.
doing in America, and I don't think they care to know what they're doing
Because they get
because
so much money in Japan. We just getting thrown by the wayside over here.
it's just like, oh yeah, y'all need a game too, right? I don't know, slap some shit together, see what they. Oh yeah, but I think, and it's this. I couldn't tell you what it is per se, but I think a lot of it is just it's like contrarianism, right? It's like I know what people want. I know what the tide is. I know what type of vibe and time niggas are on, what type of games niggas expect from Resident Evil. But I'm not like them other games. I'm nothing like those other games. And it's like, nigga, just make a good game. And sometimes a good game requires you be like some of those other games. I'm not telling
Like
you gotta go fully into it, but you're already doing a battle royale. So I mean, but I get it. Those have
these
always
niggas.
existed.
I mean, you can't call it a battle royale.
No, it's not a battle royale, but it's a
It's a
free
free
for
for
all.
all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
free
free
for
for
all.
all.
They see. It's like you said. Them niggas just do what they want, and they just like here. You niggas gonna take this and you gonna like it because what Resident Evil verse is what I thought Resident Evil Resistance was gonna be. And then
Mhm.
we played, and I'm like, oh, this isn't multiplayer shooty. This is like Dead by Daylight, but the killer isn't actually there with you. He's a mastermind behind the scene. And even it was still fun. It's not what I wanted, but we played that shit for months. It's like these niggas can make a game, but they refuse to make the game that niggas want. And
Yeah,
they're doing it out of spite at this point.
honestly, because I mean, one, you figure making it so that you couldn't get this separately, like because you had to get Village for this. This isn't even standalone, is it?
No, you had to get Village for this.
So you have that. That's already like one definingly stunning drawback. Like, nigga, I can't even buy this separately for $20 or $30 or whatever the hell you would charge for. I can't buy this separately. It has to come with another game that if I want to just play Verse, I probably don't want to play Village. And if I want to play Village, I would argue 70% of them niggas aren't playing this. So it's like
Yeah.
you're already creating this weird gap where you're limiting the amount of niggas that can even get to you again.
Yeah, I don't know why they just. It's like I get why Verse was bundled with Village in the first place, but
Right.
after a year and a half,
Yes.
why wouldn't y'all just make it a standalone? Like,
Especially since the game never dropped. Right.
yeah,
So think
it
about it. It
never
was
dropped.
bundled with it. So I would make it the standalone. Like, listen, I just gotta re-download something. Oh well. But like it's
Like
not
I
a
was
big
going
game
through
anyway.
hell trying to find the game. Like I couldn't find it on the store. I literally had to fucking go through my owned games and download it from there because
Mhm.
it's not in the store.
That's what I'm saying. Like that. So that's like that combined with no party, combined with not too many game modes and not too much. And I'm not really like that or that. It's just like, dog, what?
There's also only 2 maps, which that sounds like a detriment. It sounds like a bad thing, but the amount that I played this game, I'm still not bored with just the 2 maps. It's still
Yeah.
fun. The
Yeah, I don't
gameplay
mind.
is just so random that the map don't even matter. You just gonna run into a room and Nemesis is gonna blow your head off with a rocket. Like, don't you're not seeing the map anyway. You running from tyrants that are
Yeah.
bringing dragon and claws through the ground.
Yeah,
So you're
it
not looking
don't.
at the map.
Yeah, you gonna come around the corner, and then next thing you know, you get grabbed by your collar by Jack. Like that's all it
Yeah.
is. Like,
But the thing that makes me mad is the fact that this game was put on hold for, like a year and a half.
yeah, like yeah, literally
And y'all still only had 2 maps.
two
Y'all
maps,
still
one game mode, no team can play. And what I think is so amazing is that you have all these people who in a because I remember there was a post right. They had that post about how this was a dead game because they showed the Steam stats, right? But then the problem is you're not putting that in perspective. One, those numbers were never going to be anything like a typical game release because this game is bundled and that's the only way to get it. So those numbers are already
Also,
going to be super
on
low.
top of that, there was no indication of like, hey, this game is coming. They just dropped a revamp trailer. It was like, hey, remember that game we talked about last year? There was
Yeah.
no communication until they dropped that trailer.
Until like a week and a half before shit was ready to go.
And then the trailer didn't even have a date in it. One day it just popped in and was working. So like a lot of niggas probably didn't even fucking know about the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
On
we
top
watched
of
the trailer together after a stream like 2 weeks ago.
yeah, we
And
was
then
just talking about it, and that shit we looked at it, and that shit trailer dropped an hour ago. I was like, "Excuse me."
yeah, but in the trailer it didn't have no date for when the game drops. So
It
I
didn't.
still
I had
didn't
to
know
look
when the
that
game
up.
was coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they just I guarantee you niggas in Japan do though. I guarantee you that.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's why when I say it's like it's something about that because there's a difference between like we got our model and we gonna do what we do and what works was works versus nigga, you just simply would not drop a game that's been delayed 2.5 or 2 years out of the blue and then not tell me the date in the trailer for the game before it comes out. That's just like
Yeah.
that. I don't care where you're at. I don't care where you're at. I don't care if I'm selling games in a desert, nigga. I'm selling
In
games.
fucking Antarctica.
Yeah, nigga. I am selling games to the 7 niggas in Antarctica with with a PS5. Like it does not matter. First off, 7 niggas. That's a lot of niggas with PS5s. But um, it's just like dog. Ain't no way. Like you just wouldn't drop a game that's been like. Imagine delaying Call of Duty for 2 years. Or like for example, this one came out what 3 years, 4 years after Modern Warfare 19. It's 3 years, right? And then let's say you heard nothing, it's delayed, it's delayed, it's delayed. And then 10 days before the game, duty's dropping. When it's dropping,
Yeah.
it's dropping.
These niggas think they Beyonce or something.
Not even think they, bro. Beyonce gives you a date. She just don't give you
Yeah. She just don't she just pop
she
up
don't
one
have to
day.
give you a rollout. She just like, hey, listen, 2 weeks, y'all get ready. But like these niggas just said, y'all get ready. Ain't even give us 2 weeks to just say y'all get ready. What time
Yeah,
should
I was expected to play this shit like 2 months from now, maybe next year. And then the shit drops the same day as Modern Warfare 2. I'm like, bruh, what are you?
Yeah, and that also shows me you don't give a shit about anything going on in this region as well. Because I think even something as simple as getting that out, say shit a week later. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Even just a week later. You know what I mean? And mind you, shit, maybe that week will give you enough time for an extra map. And then my thing is, there's gonna be no DLC, nothing like that. So it's like that's also my other
Wait,
thing
there's
where
not gonna be no DLC?
I mean, look at what we're getting. They've
I,
pushed this game back 2 years to give us 2 game modes or 2 maps and no game modes. Only one game mode. We're not
I
getting
read
DLC.
something that said they're gonna support this game for a long time, like longer than they supported Resident Evil Resistance.
I don't
I mean,
believe that.
Resident Evil Resistance had did they have any new maps or was it all just new characters in
I think it was just
Resistance?
new characters. I don't know if it was new map, but the reason why I don't believe that is because eventually, and I don't even know. I'm arguing maybe like a year from now, or probably before that, but they're just gonna keep showing the numbers of the player count, the player base, and these numbers are so nigga.
They're
You
so
like
bad. Why are we putting
that's what I'm
time and money
saying,
in
and then
this?
to the point to where it's like a self fulfilling prophecy. You set up all the perfect circumstances for this game to have a very low player count. Like at best, nigga, when you bundle a game up, then delay it 2 years later, then drop it without telling niggas, and they can't find it standalone in the store, and it has just 2 maps and one play mode,
It's
nigga.
like y'all wanted this shit to fail.
The concurrent player base ain't gonna get no higher than probably like 5,000, nigga, 10,000 at best, nigga. Like you're purposely limiting yourself. Like it's like this is what I would expect from an indie studio who don't want that many niggas playing their game because they like, look, bro, our servers can't
It's,
handle
it's
like
this
20
this
million
game is
niggas.
somebody's.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see like, yeah, I can hear
Oh, spooky shit. It just went quiet for me. I was about to say this game, what it was it's somebody's passion project,
you.
and they got into an argument with somebody high up, and the nigga high up is just like, nah, fuck this nigga.
Yeah, now I'm
This
cooking
game,
this
we
shit.
about to fuck this shit over. Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm cooking. Like I could see that. I can hold because it's just like the way this has been supported, and it's not. Yeah, he did go silent for 10 seconds. It's cool. I knew what he was getting at though. He was saying that this is somebody's pet project and like some like Um, but yeah, no, it's like this really looks like sabotage, damn near, right? Like it's like you just didn't even want this to go down, like, and that's my problem. Is like I don't mind you bundling these games together, but at a certain point, let people buy it separately. Bump a certain point, always let them buy it separately. Like
Yeah,
bundle them together for the people who want them both, right? So that way you can get like it just doesn't make sense. I don't know. It's just silly to me. And from one game to another, right? We've got Modern Warfare 2 that came out the same day as Reverse.
man. Let me tell you, fun times, fun times. Yeah,
Yeah,
fun
I gotta tell you, be honest with you, I don't even know if my criticisms are necessary. Like some of them are objective, but I think at this point, I just don't think I care about these games anymore. Like I don't care about Modern Warfare anymore. It's not for me anymore.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying? Like I still play it. I'm like I play shooters. Like so, it's one of those
yeah.
shooters. Like there's only
You're
so
just
many of
not
them.
excited about it no more. It's just,
Not
it's just
even
a
just not
game now.
excited about it, but it's just the direction and the roadmap of what I've seen and where it's been the last not even 5 years, 5 to 10 years. It's just like, and you see it with a lot of games, right? Where there's this appeal to the bigger and greater, wider audience, which I don't mind, but then
Yeah,
it always gets twisted and manipulated into it starts with like, all right, we're gonna make it a little bit more casual, a little bit more casual, and then out of nowhere, and you can't even remember when it happened. You look back and you're like, oh shit, this game isn't for even for casuals anymore. It's for whales. It's just for niggas with bread.
yeah. Literally.
And it happens every time because they start with casual. Let's make some features to do this, make it more accessible, and I don't mind that too much because sometimes it works very well. Sometimes the accessibility shit, making it easier for more people to play, does make the game better, 100%. But then the problem is a lot of times it just boosts numbers. A lot of the times it gets more. You know what I'm saying? And it comes back to capitalism. A lot of
And,
times,
I read something that blew my mind. I read that this is gonna sound crazy, but it's just a way for Call of Duty to make more money. And the reason that it's a way for Call of Duty to make more money is because, like you said, they're just making the game easier for whales. What they're doing is they're putting all the halfway decent people and all skill-based matchmaking isn't even working like correctly. Instead of having like, top tier players, good players, decent players, okay players, shitty players, bad players, it's just anybody that's decent and above in the same pot, and then anybody that's bad and shit tier and below in the same pot. And the reason they're doing that is because they want people that are bad at the game to continue playing the game. So they put them all in lobbies together so they can feel good getting a 3 kill streak. Meanwhile, niggas that are just decent at the game are going against tryhards that are dropping fucking nukes on people.
yeah. And the reason why I would be a bit likely to agree with that is because when you add all these cosmetics and all these other things, right? It's hard to convince somebody to buy into all this when
If they
ultimately I'm
can't
just
even
getting
have fun.
smoked anyway. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
and think about it, you see all these comps and niggas doing this and niggas doing that, and I know everyone can't be that. We all know that. There's gonna be niggas who just aren't very good skill wise who play these games, and they're not necessarily playing it to go crazy like you said. They're playing it to get a couple kills, get my little streaks, wear my look. Got my little soldier. He got his little gear on. Look at him. Like he a little cool dude
He's
with
a
the
little,
gun, and
guy. He's
he's
a
a little
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 man.
army man, little little marine guy. So those people exist, but the problem is, like you said, without this matchmaking system, yeah, these people are probably gonna end up running into niggas frequently who are just demons. And then it's like, yeah, well,
I'm not playing this shit no more. Fuck it.
yeah. Because don't get me wrong, nigga, when I run into demons, I get sick. So I can only imagine it's like if you're someone who's a lot more casual than me, a lot more like I ain't got it like that at all. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna run into those demons and you got nothing. You got
I mean,
nothing
the
for 'em.
proof enough, the fact that they're making this game for people that are bad at it is they took the barracks out. There's no kill death ratio anymore.
I think they're gonna put that in. They probably just you know what it is? When the so this is the thing that has happened in the old duties for a long time. Like I'm talking like '07, like Modern Warfare from like it was like what would
Yeah,
happen with a lot of these leaderboards is the early leaderboards would be dog shit anyway. Because people cheat, they boost, they glitch, they do all these weird and
true.
stupid things. And so the leaderboards would just be dog shit. And I remember seeing this a lot, like Modern Warfare 3, all the games back. So it got to a point where it was kind of just like, well, we might as well just wait. You know what I mean? Until we can like clear it out, make sure it's all good. We're tracking it, sure. I'm sure they're tracking it in some way. You know what I'm saying? Like
Wait, so the last few Call of Duties, the lead, not the leaderboard, but the barracks weren't available at launch. That don't sound right.
I believe there was at least one or two where the
'Cause-
barracks weren't there when the game dropped. Like it might have came like a week, 2 weeks later, but they
yeah.
it just or if it did drop, it was barely operational anyway, which kind of is
Well,
what my
yeah.
point is.
So yeah, they not really putting no stock behind this in the beginning anyway. Yeah, you know you're right because Modern Warfare, fucking Cold War, Vanguard, the challenges were broken. Like you would do challenges and
Yeah,
they wouldn't even fucking
exactly.
work.
Yeah,
You wouldn't
yeah.
get no points for them.
Yeah, so there's a lot of issues that they have with that type of stuff. So I think they probably just like, listen, let's just not do all that. Which to me honestly pisses me off because then when I look at this fucking Hulu ass HUD and I'm looking at all this shit, I'm like, dog, you could have took most of this shit out and gave me a barracks.
Mm-hmm.
Like just for my self tracking. I don't even care about a leaderboard. Track my
Yeah,
stats.
fuck
Show
leaderboard,
me,
nigga.
nigga.
Where is the boot camp? I'm trying to do these challenges so I can get some emblems, some color cards. Where boot camp at? Where my headshot challenges at?
Nah, you
What
bugging.
y'all doing?
The emblems and the calling cards is about to be. You got to pay for an emblem and a calling card.
Nigga, you sound crazy. I'll go to Activision right now. You gotta pay for emblems and color cards, bro.
But in a
Back
funny
in my
thing,
day, you could get 75 headshots to get red tiger camo.
yeah, you said back in my 75 headshots is not a lot too when you really
It's
think about
not you can it shit in
it.
this game in ground war, you can get fucking 25 of them in one game.
Yeah, but it was
Times
funny
two.
because there was a former dev with COD that was saying that the COD games had skill-based matchmaking as far back as 2007. And so, to me, first off, I think he's lying, but let's pretend he's
Listen,
right.
I can't see that, nigga. I
No, I
played
think he's lying.
every
I
Call
mean,
of
he was a
Duty.
senior systems designer, so he would know, but I still think you're lying. Like, but let's pretend, right? Let's pretend that he's exactly right. He's on the money and they've had it since 2007. Now, I need you, the same nigga who knows it was there since '07, to tell me how it has changed from then to now because there is a drastic difference.
Yeah, nigga,
There's a drastic
it's
difference because
night and day.
if it was there in '07, that shit was a background. It was like, hey, look, don't call on me unless y'all need me. All right. Like, I ain't working. I ain't doing nothing. I'm just here so I don't get fined. All right. So leave me
Yeah.
alone. Don't knock on my door. Know what I mean? Don't ask, hey, can you know? Chill out. Like skill-based matchmaking was just there for all. It wasn't even doing much. Now that skill-based matchmaking, that shit is the micromanager. What you doing? You went crazy that game? Yo, put this nigga in a demon lobby. Yeah, he went crazy. It's one game. I went
Yeah, I
crazy.
was like, why the fuck, nigga? Yeah.
After one game, like, yeah, put him in the demon lobby. Oh, you did bad, whack ass nigga. Put him in the baby lobby. Like,
Nigga, this isn't even an arguable statement. I was better at Call of Duty when I was younger. And when I was younger, I was not getting put in demon lobbies because there were no demon lobbies. It was just lobbies.
yeah, it
It
was
was
just
just in
lobbies.
there.
And the crazy thing is, you get in those lobbies, and even if let's say if it was a 6-on-6 lobby, it might be a demon or two. You know what I mean? But it wouldn't be that like it was never like this where it's just like you get into a joint.
Everybody is either a demon or a bitch camping with a sniper somewhere. So they killing you like they a demon. It's not fair.
And that's just my thing. That's what I mean when I say it's just probably not made for me. Because there was a point in time where they made this relatively simple and it came down to the guns, the stick talk, da da da. Now there's so many different advantages in this game now where I could just sit in a building on a roof on the third floor, and whether I'm good or not, I got the jump on you. And I can see
Yeah,
you from 150 miles away, and the chance of you beating me from where you are is just slim to none.
yeah. And then the spawns have getting worse literally
Yeah.
every single
Yeah,
game.
the spawns have amazingly
Always,
gotten worse.
yeah. They've
Like,
always been bad, but somehow they're getting nigga, Call of Duty 4, I used to spawn directly in front of people.
yeah.
Like, nigga, on shipment,
Oh, yeah,
shipment
yeah.
was the
Like
worst
any of
map for
those
spawns,
small
but
maps. Yeah.
nigga, it's been shipment spawns in ground war somehow.
Mhm. Look,
How does that
play
work?
a hard point match or like hard point back then. The spawns were the hard point spawns now. Like at least they sort of made some sense back then. I remember, I think it was Black Ops 2, no 3, Black Ops 3. The hard point spawns were decent. There was a couple spawns that was
Mhm.
decent because I used to play hard point a lot. Like back
I
when
did
what
too,
was that
yeah.
slums? You remember that match?
Oh yeah.
Slums? Yeah, I
Yeah,
used to play hard point
slums.
crazy. But it's like they were decent. They were still bad. You know what I'm saying? They were bad, but they were like, all right, at least there's some sort of rhyme or reason to them. Every once in a while, some weird shit happens. Like now, it's just like, bro, I be getting whether it's invasion, the normal game mode, shit, even in kill confirmed, I get spawned in weird ass spots. Domination, I get spawned in weird ass spots, and it's just like that's my problem. All these innovations being made are drastically altering the game, but at the same time not actually fucking adding anything. And that's the part where that's so mind blowing to me. Like y'all do all these things and now the spawning's worse. Y'all do all these things and
Yeah.
now the gun camos stink. I gotta pay for anything halfway decent. Now y'all do all of this, the character skins are doo doo. I gotta pay for anything halfway decent. Y'all do all of this and now the battle pass has the worst shit in it. Y'all do all this. You hear what I'm saying? Like it's like all these changes are made, and at the end result, it's still something that just does it really benefit me? It could, but it's just like I don't even like this game enough to then spend $25 on the battle pass, make sure I get the best gun at the end of it, right? And then wait for the next season do the same. It's like, bro, I'm not investing another 25 into a game I paid 70, maybe 80 damn dollars for already. And
It's
then
not for us. It's for the niggas that, like you said, where it's for the whales. It's for niggas that just say, "Ooh, fancy! Ooh, I like that gun skin." Even though I suck at this game, and I probably won't even make it to the end of the battle pass, I I want that skin. I'm
So
gonna
I'll
buy the
pay my
battle pass just for
$25
that.
or my $15 and like you said, probably never make it.
I
Probably
mean,
never
shit.
even make it.
Even I don't suck at the game, and even I fall for that sometimes. Like, oh my god, especially in Apex. Like, oh my god, this getting crazy. And then we stop playing Apex for the season, and I make it to like 75 and don't even get what I was trying to get.
Niggas like, damn, got you for that 10, boy. Got you
Nah,
for
more
that
like got me for
10, boy.
that 20 because you know I gotta buy the
Oh,
booster.
the booster.
Yeah, so I get 25 levels off top. They be getting me every season with that.
But that's my
Knowing I
thing.
don't play Apex, and I still buy it.
But that's my thing, like, because when you really get into the gameplay of it, it's not drastically different. It's not a drastically different game, and I wasn't really a fan of Modern Warfare 2019.
Yeah,
So it's like, I mean, I liked it, but I think again, it'll take some time. I do think that I can't have a complete review of this game right now because
I
I don't. I'm
I
not.
would say I have a complete review. So I'll say it once you finish with yours.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say I have a complete review. Like I know what I've seen so far, and I know that there is more comfortability for me to find, right? Like,
Mhm.
and I think that's kind of my thing where it's just like that's my been my issues with the Call of Duties lately. Like, it's like it hasn't been comfortable at all. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? And it's just kind of like weird to me because I'm watching people and I'm seeing people who are,
niggas on
arguably,
demon time.
yeah, who are well. But what I'm saying is, there's niggas who like there's times where I know I like okay, I didn't lose to someone because they were better than me. I
Yeah,
didn't lose to someone because they made a smarter play than me. They outshot me. They, you know what I mean? They hit all their shots. They did
that's
some
what be
slick
pissing me
shit.
off. I don't be losing gunfights. I just be getting shot from anywhere but a nigga in front of me. I be getting shot from the side. I be getting shot from rooftops. I be getting shot from behind.
You
Like
shot from
it's
the window.
very rare that I lose a fucking gunfight.
Yeah, because I don't be in them.
Yeah, it's not a gunfight. It's a nigga shooting at me.
Yeah, it's not a gunfight. It's a drive. But yeah,
So,
I mean that's it for me. Go ahead with yours.
so I'll say I and I told y'all this, but I'll say it for the pod since we haven't podded in 2 weeks. But I hate this game, but I love it at the same time.
Hmm.
I hate the fact that this is a shittily made game where the first day we tried to play it, we couldn't have more than 3 people in the lobby because we kept getting kicked out
Yeah,
or
that
there was
part.
some errors or some shit. It's a bad game, shittily made. It pisses me
Chilly.
off. But what I do like about this game is it's the opposite of, and I don't even know if I like this, but it's the opposite of Modern Warfare 2019. Modern Warfare 2019, that game was made for campers. It was made for people to sit in buildings. It was made for people. The lanes, it wasn't even the same type of maps as previous Call of Duties. There was no 3 lanes. The map was made for campers, and so I hated it because I hate campers. I just want to run around and shoot people. I just want to run a gun. And then I started playing Ground War, and Ground War was a lot of fun. I liked it. This game is like the opposite of that. This game, Ground War, everybody just sits in buildings or sits on rooftops and snipes or uses marksman rifles or DMRs. Meanwhile, quick play, hard point, domination, team deathmatch. Niggas are run. The maps are made the way they used to be. It's 3 lanes. You can run and gun. You can shoot people, get shot.
Hmm.
I'm having more fun with quick play and hard point than I am with
Yeah,
ground war.
yeah,
So it's like a
and
complete
yeah,
inverse of Modern Warfare 2019 for me.
I get what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and I agree with that because I was kind of saying the same thing. Like, we were playing like Invasion and Ground War, and I was just like, yo, I'm not having a good time. I'm
Yo,
straight up. I'm
Invasion
straight up not having a good time.
Invasion is my least favorite game mode, strictly because of the way it's set up.
Now,
Um,
mind you, I'm watching. We in the match with Reef, and this nigga going ape shit, and I'm just
yeah,
like, oh, okay.
I'm just
I'm
not
like,
doing it right.
oh, okay,
Apparently, yeah, it's
yeah, I'm
just
good.
I
I
just
like
don't
that.
got it.
Yo,
So
PC Master Race, I guess. Yo, my fault.
So like at least in Ground War, you can pick where you spawn because it's different points. In Invasion, you could try to sneak your way across the map with Ghost, Ninja, and Cold Blooded, and you get sniped by a nigga in a building somewhere that you didn't even see, and then you respawn at the back of the map. It's
Yeah.
like there's like a line in the sand in
Hmm.
Invasion where you have to fight your way up just to get to even see the enemy, and you die without seeing them sometimes, and then you have to respawn at your fucking spawn, and then just run up there again and hope you don't die.
And the funny thing is, remember that was how Ground War was at first. With Modern Warfare 19, it was a little bit like that, where they didn't have the spawns right yet, like when it
Yeah,
first dropped, and it was like then they did some tuning, and it kind of made more sense. Like it's
yeah,
still some issues
exactly.
with it, but it makes a little more sense. So I just don't see why for Invasion, I wouldn't say necessarily squad spawning, maybe not that, right? But like something has
No,
to like,
I
cause
think squad spawning will work. If you can't spawn on different points like A, B, C, and D, let me spawn on my nigga that's across enemy lines because otherwise I'm gonna have to spend literally a minute and a half, 2 minutes just
yeah.
trying to get back up to the midpoint of the map so I can hopefully see somebody.
Plus
But
it's
then again,
bots.
I might get sniped on the way there.
Yeah, plus it's bots. My thing is like, if you were gonna let me squad spawn with other niggas, why not let me do it with bots?
Hmm.
Like, yeah, so yeah, no, you're right.
But that's all I had for Modern Warfare. It's good, but it's also bad.
Yeah,
It's
no,
good.
and I agree. I definitely take the same stance where it's
I
like,
definitely I like this more than the last few Call of Duties that come out. I like it more than Vanguard. I like it more than Cold War. Although Cold War did try some different stuff. Cold War came out with what was that game that we played? Fire Team Dirty Bomb? Or
oh yeah, dirty
I
bomb,
always say
yeah,
that
dirty
shit
bomb.
different every time. That was fun.
He
That
said
game
fire
was
team,
fun. I
dirty bomb
actually
was
like
tough.
that game.
Yeah, that shit
Like
was
they
tough.
should bring that back. It's like Warzone. You drop in with a parachute, but there's object. That was the fun. That was the most fun I had at Call of Duty, and I don't know how long.
Yeah, dirty
And
bomb did go pretty hard. I ain't gonna hold you.
I don't know why they don't bring it back. It's good. Hopefully, I'm hoping this game that Jordan keep talking about, DMZ. I'm hoping that's good because it's like Tarkov or like fucking Dark Zone and the Division, but Call of Duty.
Yeah,
That
I
sounds
mean,
fun.
and Reeves basically saying like niggas are just tolerating multiplayer until Warzone comes out. I hope so. I hope the moment Warzone comes out, you sweaty ass
All
tryhards,
you, yeah, all
go to
you
the
niggas
lobby and
out
go
of
see
here.
who really like that whole ass
Yeah,
nigga.
I
I
don't like
see you,
Warzone.
bro.
I want to play Modern Warfare. So all you sweaty niggas, go to Warzone and leave me the fuck alone
Yeah,
with the
word.
whales.
Go to Warzone, play with your little meta loadout. Like, leave me the fuck alone.
Load out. Go ahead and put on your fucking. I don't even know what the meta is because I don't
Yeah,
play.
your little overkill with your little sniper
Yeah,
with the quick draw on it.
your little MP40 because they got World War II guns now.
Oh, you got the Lockman sub that maps people. Oh, nice,
You got a
bro.
PPSH and shoot fast. Pew pew.
Like, bro, get away from me. Get out of multiplayer, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm sick of you niggas, man. But what else, man? What else? What else? What we gonna cover on this agenda? What we gonna go to after this, man? I mean, we talking about video games. Should we get into the semiconductor type beat?
The fuck is hello? What?
I know.
Semiconductor. Do I need to look at the actual what? I need
Oh,
to
you
look at
didn't
the
look.
agenda.
You didn't even look.
No, I looked, but I just didn't. I don't memorize things. My brain don't work so good no
Yeah, no,
more.
everyone is sweaty in college. I mean, that is the nature now. But it's just one of those things where like there is an
It's the difference between
overabundance.
sweating and it's the difference between sweating and posting up in a building with a sniper rifle and I can't even see you.
Yeah,
And
niggas,
some niggas will pick a one-shot weapon, a sniper rifle or a marksman rifle, and not even use a sniper scope, so there's no glint. So you won't even see a nigga aiming at you. That's just grimy.
I play with the same gun, and did I get hit marker 6 feet away from somebody? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
I'm, you know, it's the difference between the hold on. It's the difference between the battle rifles. The battle rifles are trash, But the marksman rifles are one shot. They're literally above the chest. The marksman rifles are one shot unless they're like across the map. Because I did that. I had a challenge, and so I made a class with a random marksman rifle, like the first one, and I went on a 9 kill streak because I was just hiding in a bush with Ghost and Cold Blooded, and I got 9 kills in a row. I just kept one shotting people while they were looking for me. So the marksman rifles are good. It's just the DMRs, they're terrible.
Yeah, it's not good, man. It's not good. Um, but you know, I thought this semiconductor shit was kind of interesting. I'm not gonna hold you. It's a little geeky, I guess, but um, it
It's
was
what?
pretty interesting because so obviously you know semiconductors, right? Like the chip makers and like the basically semiconductors go into chips and all that shit. The chips that they use
Yeah,
for everything,
yeah.
phones, PS5s, all that type of beat.
Peters enhancements. Yeah.
So Joe Biden signed something called the Chips Act, right? Yeah, AMD, Nvidia, and there's a whole lot more as well. But he signed,
China.
but China.
China.
So he created the Chips Act, right? And it was the creating helpful incentives to produce semiconductors for America Act. Silly, but it
Okay.
set aside $52 billion domestically to boost semiconductor research and production. Right now, this now granted, I was not paying at all any attention to semiconductors, so I wouldn't know if this was in the making or if this was some shit that was on the like people saw or whatever it may be. But to make a long story short, this also tightened uh exports to China. Okay, yeah. So reset has been in the making. Of course, nigga wouldn't know. That's what they be telling you. Yo, that's what you be getting off of them phone.
Yo,
That's the
no, no,
information you be
we
extracting.
can't mention on stream, yo. We might be out of
Yeah, I
here. We
know.
might be
That's
cooked.
what that's the shit. You press
They
the
be
whole. Yeah,
extrapolating the
you got to press the whole square. He said, "Defend the phone while it's extracting."
they
Um,
playing COD in real life.
but yeah, so basically, it's supposed to boost all of this shit, da da da. And so what they're trying to do is to counter. Yeah, he said, "I follow AMD heavy." Yeah, I
Is
can
that
tell.
because of the stocks or because of your job? Because we
Boy out
used to
here,
all follow AMD
it's probably
heavy.
for the stocks. Yeah, I was about to say that boy out here reading White House briefings. Sick nigga.
Nigga probably follow Nancy Pelosi.
He said, "Well, so here's the thing, though. People aren't understanding that." I just got that. uh, but he's like, "No, no, no. But people don't understand. Like these funds also come with strong guardrails, ensuring that recipients do not build certain facilities in China. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, and other countries are concerned, which I
You
thought was
just
interesting.
said
They didn't name them.
so many fucking words, bro. I
No,
know
no,
you
no.
just said words.
Oh, but the bill requires recipients to I said demonstrate, demonstrate. But yeah, no. So this is like I remember reading it. And they were basically just saying like this is like a death blow to China, and but then I also saw something else that was saying that the ban is a bit narrower than people think. And it'll be more narrowly enforced than people originally thought, which I mean makes sense because I
Yeah,
know we like to do
there's
this
no
America
way.
first crap, but like, bro, it's money. Like, stop it.
It's
It's
all
real
an
money.
act. There's no way
Yeah.
we really.
I mean, my
And
thing is once you give somebody that level of production and you give it to them, you offshore it to them, and you allow them to have it. I mean, you can do this little thing all you want. You're never gonna win. Like,
if this could be, this is going to sound inflammatory and crazy, but this could be the end of America if Joe Biden really wanted to double down and go crazy on this. There could be the, you know why I'm saying that is because you saw China, Saudi Arabia.
nah.
Oh, okay, let's Google this together.
Let's
Um,
do it, yo. Let's
Saudi
do it. What do you
Arabia
Google?
just joined a coalition dedicated to, well, they didn't join it. They talked about joining it. A coalition dedicated to bringing down the American dollar. China was a part of it. Obviously, they hate our guts. Russia was a part of it. Joe Biden said that he was going to retaliate if Saudi Arabia decided to increase oil prices. And so Saudi Arabia's like, "Bet I'm just going to join these niggas that hate y'all." What now?
China.
Yeah, China. It
Yeah,
has
I
a
mean,
name and everything, but I can't remember what the name was. It was something, tacky and world government-y.
oh, government. Yeah, I'm trying to look it up now. It's saying that they considered helping China and they were gonna oil for yuan bid, and they basically bid for some oil in yuan instead of U.S. dollars. Which I mean, not to be rude, but like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm like trading with the Chinese. Why would I be trading in U.S. dollars just for them to translate it to their money? Like that's why I'm just like, I mean, maybe this is how economics works, and if it is, I mean, this shit's stupider than I thought. But it's just like,
BRICS is what it's called.
mm, you said a what?
BRICS, BRICS. That is what it's called.
Oh, okay. Let me
It's
see
a
the BRICS.
coalition of super nation, well, not super nations, but
Oh wow.
nations that hate America.
Okay. One of the
Obviously,
first things I got was Saudi Arabia and BRICS, New World Order. Okay.
yeah. Like that's why I said, like, if you want to be
No, not you. Not
inflammatory,
you.
you could say that this could end America, which it won't, but they have the intentions to. I know
Oh
they
yeah.
hate us.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, and I think
It's
people fail to
China,
realize,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
they're yeah, like people. A lot of this, in my opinion, is like posture. I treat this kind of like how, and I guess Reef will know more than, but like when they tried to do the
Why
Super Cup,
Reef would know
because
more, yo?
I'm talking about soccer, nigga. Fuck.
Oh, I thought we was finna get. Oh, okay. I thought it was like some government shit. Okay,
No,
my
no, no, no. But like, it's like when they tried to do the Super Cup in soccer, right? Like, it was kind of one of those things that like really was never gonna work, or even the golf shit, even the live golf shit, where it's like the powers that be and establishments that have already existed, that have already been lended, that like you can't. It's hard to take away the clout and the everything that comes with being the only. You know what I'm saying? So now that someone
bad.
else exists and someone comes up, even if y'all got powerful interests behind y'all, it's just like, dog, you were trading your stuff for American dollars to shift it back to your currency. Like it's kind of hard to just beat that, even if you decide to not do that any longer. Yeah, the NFL and the XFL, same thing. Like it's so hard to compete with the power structures that are already in place. And I'm not. That's not to say like it couldn't happen. Of course, it always could. But then the problem is America and the U.S. dollar are so intrinsically linked to the global economy, and we positioned ourselves in such a way on purpose, on purpose, because now even though everyone can quote unquote say, "Oh, I'm gonna take y'all down," nah, y'all all have a vested interest in me continuing to win.
Literally, it's all just talk. I
Because
can't do shit.
if I really lose, I mean, even if y'all shit take over and y'all shit become the new standard and everybody running y'all, nigga, it's gonna be chaos still, like
Yeah,
for you included, nigga. Like so, I don't know, bro. Like you said, I think a lot of this is posture,
but
and a lot of this is like
you said
I'm
it's
trying
gonna
to
be
show you I'm
chaos for
sick.
you included. But you think China gives a fuck about chaos with their citizens?
Yes. I think
I
everyone
don't.
on Earth gives a fuck about chaos, and if they didn't, they would have did shit already. That's why I like. It's the same thing when Putin and the nuke
Oh,
thing. Like it's
you must
like
be talking about a different type of chaos because China do not give a fuck about their citizens in the
I'm not
slightest.
talking about their citizens. You missing what I'm saying. We live
I
in a
am.
global economy. If the American dollar tanks, that got way. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's my whole point. Yeah, like I'm not saying that the empire can't be toppled because it's easy to topple. It's not like this empire is uniquely like we'll never lose. No, I'm just saying when we lose or if we lose, whatever it is, nigga, that hurts everyone here. We
Yeah,
set ourselves up on purpose like that. I'm not like
yeah.
doing it like America's so important. No, we made ourselves
We are
important.
important because we wanted, nigga. If you want to come at the king, you gonna take some damage.
Yeah.
All y'all.
And we made it that way, nigga. We went to the character creator and picked the sus abilities. We picked the
Hey,
you
man,
know what I'm
I
saying? We
hate
gave
America. I
ourselves
hate this
everything.
country, but yeah,
So
that's
it's like
kind of
we gave
tough.
ourselves that. So it's like, all right, ooh, cool. Like it ain't like listen, it's not this don't behoove nobody. We can posture all we want. We can unite and get some money going amongst these other people. Cause to me, that's what this sounds like. A bunch of niggas who don't like America, right? So what if I can poly with them, get all of their bread, and still do business with America? Because ultimately, y'all America. I'm gonna
Yeah,
talk shit to y'all, but like I'm still gonna do business with y'all.
yeah,
Like I'm not,
exactly.
yeah, like I'm not fuck y'all. But I'll give you a good deal. Like
Yeah, that's
like
what I was. That's why I said it was a threat when Joe Biden said Saudi Arabia, you raise them oil prices. I'm gonna join BRICS. Oh,
all
okay.
white bricks.
Yeah. All right. Don't raise them oil prices. Okay. Good talk,
He
pal.
said, I'm finna raise them more prices and I'm finna join bricks, nigga. Like what you mean? Like but yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how this play out. Because I remember hearing something about this in the in like I remember hearing like a rumbling maybe a couple days before it passed. Now mind you, he signed this shit a long time ago, so it's not like this wasn't always. This had been coming. He signed that. I think it said like August or even before then. So it's not like it wasn't finna happen, but it was just one of them things where like I remember looking at the stocks and the American stocks were riding high on that for a minute, and I was like, damn, if I would have invested in that like week to 2 week window, I'd have made stupid money. Because like Reef
Yeah.
said, in AMD shit kinda tanked after the China joint, like, and it was like, oh, you had to get in there, you had to be there.
I wonder who was there.
I bet you Nancy Pelosi was.
Oh man, it's crazy.
Oh,
I
man.
didn't name no names. Why you say that?
Because I bet she was there. Speaking of, also, Mrs. Pelosi.
With the yammers, the milkies.
We
I'm
never
sorry.
gonna do that. We will
I'm
never do
sorry.
that. We will never do
I'm
such
sorry.
a thing.
Some jokes are
That
just too funny.
put your wrist out. I'm gonna smack your wrist, yeah.
Don't do it with
you,
your hand. Smack it with like a yardstick. Something hard. I deserve it.
yeah, don't you ever, man. Don't you ever, okay?
You seen it
Please.
though.
But yeah, I would like to unsee it. But
Good luck.
anyway, so for those who have not been following any of the news, there was an incident with Nancy Pelosi's husband. And so long story short, dude got in a cribbo, ran up in the crib and had a hammer on him and said, yo, look, man, you know why I'm here. So
I literally don't. Why are you here in your underwear with a hammer?
Nah, he said, you know why I'm here.
That nigga's clearly unwell because why would you go to a nigga crib in your underwear? Coming with a hammer to beat a nigga down is one thing. Why are you in your underwear?
I think the drawers joint, I'm not sure if that was fully founded or if that was something that they were saying. I don't remember. I didn't look
That's
that
not
deep
legit.
into it.
I thought, okay.
Well, I mean, they got, well, he was saying some wild shit anyway. So it's kind of like,
he was insane for sure,
but nah,
yeah.
he came in the crib, immediately got in there. And then he pretty much said, yo, where she at, yo? Like, mind you, imagine a nigga breaking your crib, yo, where's she at? Just say it's she. He don't even mention the she, like, oh, he's here for business. Right?
Oh man, no, I'm not.
So then, old boy, he was hitting him with a hammer. Now, mind you, I mean, I can't imagine a nigga with a hammer. That's some scary shit. Like, that's literally some terrified shit, boy.
I mean, that's scary if you old.
Yes, bro. Yes, nigga. What you mean, bro? Even as a grown man, if I know I can't escape from him and I gotta battle the dude with the hammer and I don't got a banger
it's
on
not
me,
like he got a sword. I can grab a hammer on a nigga hand.
I know, and I can also get hit one time with that thing and lose. Fool, like, what are you talking about? I could get hit once and lose.
That's true. But keep in mind, this old nigga, right? He got banged on with a hammer. He's still alive. You young. You fertile. You be good.
I'm fertile, yo. Put your hand out again, yo. Put your wrist out again, man.
Yo, that's a compliment. What you mean, yo?
Yo, don't be calling your niggas fertile, yo. Okay.
Oh, what? It'd be better if I said virile.
Yo. Oh man, no.
It would have been back this worse.
It would have gotten you another smack on the other wrist, nigga. Give me both of your wrists. I'm about to just handcuff this nigga, yo. Honestly, yo. I'm about to tie you to I'm gonna cuff you to the radiator, nigga.
It's not gonna stop me.
I'm gonna keep going. You got to take my mouth to stop me. But yeah, so he got hit with a hammer multiple times. He underwent surgery that day to repair a skull fracture and injuries to his right arm and hand. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. You can't block no hammer. I know that's what he did, though.
He old. My bone's stronger than that.
Yeah, so you would think that thing.
That nigga like 80, right?
Yeah, he 82. Come on now, you know them shit's a paper thing.
That nigga bones is made of peanut brittle.
That shit sound like the Stone Cold opening. The that nigga got the glass bones. But yeah, so apparently the dude operated a website which he was talking about a whole bunch of things, touching on almost all manner of modern conspiracy thinking.
Almost all manner.
Yeah, so you already know what he was getting into, including aliens, communism, vaccines, voter fraud.
Let's go, bro. That's
anti-establishment ideas, far-right extremism,
my people's right there.
Jewish people as well.
They're not my people right there.
No, he was saying some
immediately.
But he was talking about them people.
No, that's what I'm saying. He was talking about.
Oh, yeah, when I say anti-establishment, gotcha. Yeah, so apparently he had been living for the last 2 years in a garage, in a crib, and in the garage they went to the crib. He had 2 more hammers, yeah, a
Why'd
sword.
you mention that? Like the hammers were the deadly
It
threat.
is because
Two,
he ain't never get a banger. He just had hammers.
he had two more. He was preparing an assault. Yo, he was gonna go to a mall with 3
Boy, hammer. He got a throwing hammer. He got a
He
throwing
got
hammer.
throwing hammer like a tomahawk in Call of Duty.
He got the throwing hammer. Yeah, he said this one for throwing, and these 2 is for banging. See, this one is actually the backhand hammer. I don't do forward swings at this one.
He been practicing. Every hammer got a name too. He got grip tape on the throwing hammers.
So this one is Liberty.
This was AMD.
This one's AMD. This one's Nvidia. Remember that, Nancy?
Ooh.
I remember. I made money off of that. Appreciate it.
Where the hell is she at?
Big Nance. Oh my God, what happened to Nancy?
Yeah, what happened? Yeah, come on.
Well, she wasn't home at the time, which maybe what if she lined her nigga up?
Oh,
Crazy,
this
right?
is like a P&D situation. Not P&D. What's her name?
P&B, right? That's literally not what happened, but yeah.
No, that's what niggas was saying.
Oh yeah,
Day
gotcha.
happened. Yeah, that was a joke. I know she didn't really do nothing.
But yeah, so this guy, he's getting hit with everything.
He get hit with the Rico?
He got shit. They probably found something, but he got attempted murder, assault with a deadly weapon, elder abuse, residential burglary, false imprisonment, threatening a public official who wasn't even there at the by the way.
Hey.
He got also charged. That was state charges. Federal charges is attempted kidnapping, assault with intent to retaliate against a federal official.
Damn!
By threatening or injuring a family. They got a
holy shit.
They got a separate charge just for that.
They making an example out of this nigga. Let's go.
Yeah, and that to me, he could face 13 years to life in prison, convicted, and the federal charges carry a maximum of 50. So, boy, you're going
13 years to life sounds insane to me
for just the state charges, and then the fed charges carry a maximum of 50. You're finished. You're never seen the light of the.
No, the nigga, he's definitely getting life in prison, but just the fact that it ranges from 13 years to life. That's insane. A lot. That's insane. It's usually like 25 to life, 50 to life.
I mean,
13 years. I could do 13 years.
But did you hear his state charges? I mean, he had attempt murder, all on top of assault with a deadly. Which I mean, usually those two would go.
And elder abuse, which
right, then elder abuse, then burglary, and false imprisonment, like which is kidnapping, right? I mean,
yeah, pretty much.
They just don't call it that, but and threatening a public. Usually, the threatening a public official will get you a few years, like. That alone will usually do you.
I'm glad that charge is like only if it's in person because I be threatening public officials on the regular, especially on Elon Twitter.
Really don't.
Now that you can't get banned for that,
really don't. And well, now that we're done for this, prayers up for America. I suppose not really any of these guys involved, but now that we here,
prayers up for America. Fuck America. I want this shit to burn too.
Yeah, listen, I'm talking about the guys who live in it, motherfucker. Damn, not for the country as a whole. They got talking about the niggas, Americans.
Oh, okay. I mean, fuck them niggas too.
But yeah, since you mentioned your little man crush Monday, go ahead. Let's talk about Mr. Musk and his purpose.
Man. I'm so glad. You know what?
What?
It's not often that I get to talk about Elon Musk, which is a lie because I talk about him every chance that I get.
It's not very often. You're
right. There's not a single nigga on earth that I hate more than Elon Musk, bro. And I tweeted about this. It's not just because he's a shitty person. There's a lot of shitty people out there. He's a billionaire. Of course, it's a prerequisite to become a billionaire. You had to be a shitty person. Elon Musk is just one of the most painfully unfunny, cringy, Reddit 4chan personality type of niggas on earth. This nigga might literally be in the bottom 5 unfunniest niggas on earth. Like whoever's the most unfunny niggas on earth, Elon Musk is like top 3.
Sarah Silverman down there too, for sure.
She top 5.
Or bottom 5, whichever one is worse.
But she the top of the bottom of the list of the most unfunny niggas on earth. Elon Musk is. Have you seen this nigga tweet, bro? Twitter is free now,
Yes.
bro. And I seen a nigga tweet that, and I swear to God, I had a
I've
vision where I
I've
ate that
never
nigga face like a bath salt zombie.
I, I've never seen, which is funny because that guy actually wasn't on bath salts, and we can talk
You
about
know
that
what's
later.
crazy? I just learned. Did we just learn that at the same time?
Yeah, we all
Did
did.
that
Yeah.
just recently came out, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. We can talk about that in
Yeah.
a second. But yeah. Yeah, Elon, boy, I've never seen a guy who every tweet I've seen from him I disagree with. Everything.
Every
Every single
single
tweet.
one, bro. How
And
is that even possible? Even Trump sometimes like that's kind of funny. Not even
even like,
sometimes. Trump, most of his tweets are funny,
yeah, he'll
honestly.
say something. I'm just like, yo,
Yo,
what's
come
wrong
on,
with you,
bro.
yo? Like for real. Like not
This
even
nigga is off several hundred beans right
that's the
now.
shit where you don't want to laugh. You just like, yo, it's just ludicrous that a nigga is this fucking ridiculous. Like,
That's why I have a list of niggas that I hate, and like I'm gonna be honest, Trump not even on it. He
oh, that's crazy.
no
Oh,
that
oh, yeah.
nigga. No, Trump
Ooh,
is.
sympathizer.
Oh no, I'm
Ooh,
not sympathizing. I'm definitely not. That nigga, fuck that nigga. But
get
he's
him,
so fucking funny, bro. Like I can't be mad.
get him.
But you know, niggas like Matt Gaetz, who has done things with young people.
Oh yeah,
Um,
listen, I want that guy
Elon
deep
Musk,
earth for sure.
yeah, for sure. What's his name? Turtle nigga Franklin, Mitch McConnell, get him out of here
Mitch McConnell
expeditiously.
crying.
Yeah, get that nigga out of here.
Even when I seen Elon with the let that sink in, and I was like, loser, 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 dork, loser,
Listen,
lame, dork, clown, bozo. Like,
when I was younger, I never understood bullies, but as an adult, seeing niggas say something so ridiculously cringy, it makes me furious. Like it makes me so mad. I want to cause bodily harm. So now I want to shove Elon into a locker filled with fire ants and sugar and honey, and then set the whole building he's in on fire. Um, Put this nigga in a garbage can full of tar and sugar, some feathers too, and then light the
uh,
garbage can on fire. Um, I This nigga is so fucking lame. It makes me violently angry. That's all I gotta say.
so
Hate this nigga so much, bro.
appreciate the commentary.
Hate this nigga
So
so fucking much.
honestly, I remember hearing about this Twitter thing, and I wasn't even entirely sure that, like, I was just like, oh, are we doing this thing again where we keep talking about this Twitter thing? He doesn't buy it. Like,
Oh, that was the point of this? I thought it was just the Elon Musk hate train. Oh, okay, cool.
well, but the thing that killed me though, yeah, no, they'll most definitely pull these up. But the thing that kills me is like, I remember I was just like, bro, why are we talking about this guy again buying Twitter? But apparently, Twitter, like the people who own Twitter, was just like, nah, like you
Forced him
gotta
to buy
buy
it.
this. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta buy this, stupid. Like,
They
and I
said that months ago, but it's funny just now, like hearing that they forced him into it just now.
yeah, and it was a shame because it was just like not a shame, but it was like a hilarious one because I'm just like, dog, I see what you niggas doing. Y'all do that boy filthy. Because
Mm-hmm.
I think what he fails to realize is that, and we've seen this with almost every social media, there's no money
There's
to
no
be made
money.
off of this.
Tumblr, what is it? Yahoo.
Yup,
Yahoo bought
tried
it.
that.
Verizon bought it after that and lost
That
even
ain't
more
work. And
money.
neither of those niggas got a dub off of it.
No.
Um, it just never works. Even like Facebook's model, like even like Instagram, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, like he didn't make money off of this. He made money off the data he got off of this, but like you're still operating at a loss when it comes to this.
Yeah. And
And
Elon made his whole campaign and championing to buy Twitter movement off of removing bots. Who's gathering the data if you're removing bots, Elon?
oh yeah, I
Well, I
mean,
mean, other than the site itself, but no, what I'm saying is he made all of this was a bluff, and I'm happy every day. I thank God that they forced him into this. They took 44 billion from him, and now Twitter is in the fucking gutter. He's gonna lose so much money off of this. I wish they charged him more and forced him to pay it.
yeah, and the thing was, he did also sell $7 billion worth of Tesla stock for this. So to a degree, he
He
tied
fucked
up.
his own company.
Yeah, he tied them together. And Twitter makes almost
Hmm.
all of its money from advertising, which is really all. that they do. That and data licensing, right? Which is what they call data licensing. Um,
And the funny part is, a lot of advertisers, as soon as Elon bought it, they pulled out.
mhm.
So that's why he introduced the paying for blue check marks. And he suggested $20, and every blue check mark on Planet Earth was like, "Nigga, you crazy." And he said, "All right, how about 8?" And they said, "Nigga, you crazy."
Twitter has only been profitable for 2 years of its existence.
I,
2018 and 2019, which I think is hilarious.
how?
2020 it lost 1 billion, and it rebounded to lose a
Wait.
mere.
Twitter came out when we were in high school. I remember using Twitter in 2009,
Yeah,
and
Twitter's
it
been around.
just
Yeah,
became
2 years.
profitable.
No, it didn't just be like there was only 2 years in its history where it was ever profitable.
But is that not the same thing as saying it just became profitable in
No, because
2000?
that was 2018. Oh yeah, in the years, yes, but it was only
Yeah, like
profitable for 2 years, and then you went right back to the bullshit.
so. Like, I don't understand. The same thing happened with Netflix. So I don't understand how a company can be around for almost a decade and not be profitable, but it's still kicking.
Because it's not
Why is
meant
it
to be
not?
profitable. It's like, so you know how rich people will do it to where like you got credit, you got a line of credit, you take out a loan, right? You use the
Yeah.
loan to build something, da da da, this and that, and then you take out a bigger loan because your stock is going up because of it, right? It's just an infinite. It's like the infinite money glitch. That's all
It's an
that rich people
infinite
ever
money
get.
glitch.
Yeah,
Oh
literally.
man.
It's like you don't ever have to turn a profit because you're so big. Your people rely on you so much. Even if you're losing 1 billion here specifically just on this, what you're getting on the back end or in back channels or in back doors may make up for it in one way or another. And not to mention, it definitely brings your net worth up. I mean, think about it. Mark Zuckerberg's net worth alone is off of Facebook and Instagram, and I don't think either of them are profitable. But he's gotten all this money because he's been able to refinance this and then finance that and then pay this off with that and then pay this off with that. And then the stock goes up for this. So I use this to pay that. So it's just you literally it's the infinite money glitch. I got money in this account, I shift it over here, it becomes bigger, and then I use it to pay off this, which then it becomes smaller, and then I shift small money into it's like it's just the infinite money glitch.
But that's not fair.
But he apparently took out 12.5 billion in loans, which means that Twitter will have to come up with an additional $1 billion a year to service this debt. Right? So if it continues on its current path, it's going to lose a huge amount of money indefinitely. Um, but if the advertisers decide to get nervous about Elon Musk managing the platform, which they
Which
already
they,
have,
yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Those losses could be even bigger. And don't get me wrong, he said he didn't care about the economics of it all. And truth be told, I mean, maybe he's right? Because he's worth 220 billion and he doesn't have real money sitting in a vault, right? It's just shit that you got tied up in stocks here and stake here and this and that. But hey, look, think he'll be all right. And I think what he's probably gonna end up doing is just selling off pieces of Twitter stock every year to kind of pay for something, which is gonna dilute his power over time. And eventually he's gonna run this into the ground and get out of here. Or probably not run it into the ground,
He's
but just get out of here.
he's already running into the ground. He fired almost every, not almost every. He fired every board member, didn't he? Or every executive member.
Mm-hmm.
So he fired
Nah,
anybody that could
was it
veto
every
his power.
Was it every? Let me see. Twitter board scrapped Twitter's board of directors and became the sole director. Yeah,
Yeah, he fired every nigga
yeah,
that could veto any of his decisions, and his first decision is gonna be to sell data of Twitter members.
yeah. And
So I
then
mean,
all right, I
that's how
want
he's planning to
my
make his money back, and also charge niggas to have blue check marks.
yeah. And that's the thing that killed me because I was just like, dog, with the amount of losses that Twitter has seen, that's not. I mean, I get what he's doing. The nigga just trying to plug that hole up somehow, some way. This ain't gonna be enough, bro.
He knows not be enough. He got
You
something
know, he
else.
knows.
He got
He
something
knows.
else.
But yeah, and that's my thing. One thing I will say is that people will always think like, oh, he's got some secret plan because he's a rich nigga and da da. And I was like, y'all need to stop believing rich niggas are just smart. Like, not to be rude, right? But like, I mean, like, not even talking about Elon. I'm just talking about in
I feel like
general. Like, yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like most niggas with common sense know. Well,
Most
well,
people don't
you
have
said.
common sense, so
Well, yeah. Well,
there's
I was
that.
about to say most niggas know that Elon is not smart, but he has all those weird nerds that try to protect him constantly
People
for some
think
reason.
success and intelligence are tied. They're inherently tied.
They're
So they think
not.
if you keep winning, you just gotta know something that other people don't. But that's not necessarily intelligence to me. if I know I have privilege and I know people are beholden to do something for me because I'm too rich to let fail, that's not like, you know what I mean? I'm not smart. I didn't win because I'm smart. I'm not succeeding because I'm smart. I'm succeeding because niggas depend on me.
Yeah,
Niggas need me. They need me to win, so they make me win. They help me win. Like, you know what I'm saying? If
literally.
they think about it, if niggas could just like, and then you have this with a lot of situations where it's like a lot of institutions get bailouts because we can't afford
They're too
to
big to
let,
fail.
yeah, too big to fail. Yeah, I can't afford to let you fail because think about it. Perfect example is people always say, like, when they have the bailouts, nah, let these companies go underground, da da da. Think about it. If they didn't bail out the banks, some of y'all 401ks are baked. And don't get me wrong,
Fact.
some of them were baked anyway. But imagine what it's like if it's really baked. Like, then that's your money. Now I get it. Like, some niggas is like, well, shit, I'm willing to sacrifice my $8,000 that I had, nigga. If you niggas who caused all this go to hell, like, yeah, I think. Listen, I would. I ain't gonna hold you. If I be like, if I got, I'm thinking about my 401k now. I got like 6 racks. If niggas like, yo, you can trade your 6 racks, but we can make sure these niggas, I mean, they gonna go bankrupt. They gonna be out of here. So I'm like, for real? And they cause all
Yeah,
this? Yeah, get them out of here.
yeah,
Get them out of
exactly.
here. I'll take
Yeah,
it. I'll pay the fine.
nigga, I'll pull my 401k out right now. Fuck
Yeah,
these niggas.
I'll pay the fine, Brody. But yeah, so the worst of luck to Elon. Out Shala.
Fuck the worst of luck, nigga. I'm gonna guarantee. I'm gonna do it with my own
He
hands.
said,
Somehow, I'm gonna find
I'm
a
gonna
way.
do
Yo.
I'm gonna do voodoo, hoodoo, Santeria, witchcraft, Wiccan arts, the dark arts.
The shit that I'm doing in our fantasy league right now is what I'm gonna do to Elon.
He said, but I'm gonna step it up.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I'm about to combine all Brujeria, Santeria. I'm
Ooh.
finna some shit that I never even heard of.
He said, I'm about to
Voodoo.
research new forms of
Nigga, I'm finna look up the Salem witch trials. I'm finna see what them bitches was doing. I'm finna fucking Australia. I know they got some niggas out there with the Aborigines. I'm finna Antarctica. It's some witches out there, some cold bitches. I know it. I'm finna
Cut
make
it out.
sure this nigga fail, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, look, I'm gonna do them all. I'm gonna do them all. I'm gonna consult some niggas. I gotta find some Haitians.
I'm finna make a
I
blood sack. I
mean,
will sacrifice a nigga to make sure Elon fails. How much I hate this nigga. I will do a blood sacrifice, bro.
okay. All right, all right. Let's try to keep it
Yeah.
not keep it above board because we're already fried on that. But I mean,
I
keep it
said
going. Just
abortion
let
like
them
in
get
the
it.
first minute and a
Yeah,
half.
no, I'm
So
saying keep it going. Like
yeah.
I don't want to just get bogged down on how
Well,
unbelievably trash this nigga is.
I just said the hoodoo I'll be doing in our fantasy, so we might as well talk about football.
Yeah, we might as well. You know what I'll do later on? I'll just read a bunch of headlines and just like speed read the headlines, and we'll just say something about one of them if we want
All right.
to. But yeah, so we could do football, we could do fantasy football and NFL football if you want.
Yeah.
Because we skipped last week, so
Definitely.
that was at week 7. So we could just do week 8. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't really care about week 7. So it is what it is. Y'all
Did
gotta
you
hold
win week 7?
No. Wait, did I?
Did you?
No, I think I lost. No, I did. I won. I'm pretty sure
Oh,
I
you
won.
did. Okay. Let's talk about a dub. A
Let
dub is a dub.
me
Yeah.
see. Week
Actually, I
7.
don't really care
I had
about that.
158. I hope I won. Yeah, I won. Okay, yeah. I won the last 2 weeks. And I
Let's
play the
see.
Reef this week, so it's
That's gonna
another.
be a close game, man.
No, that's another dub. That nigga getting washed. Actually,
Facts.
nah. Travis Etienne's playing against the Raiders, so he's gonna put up 72 against them.
Oh man,
He
this
said, "Oh no,
week.
DeAndre Swift, don't worry about it. I'm gonna put
But
up 70."
I don't want to. Before we talk about this week, let's talk about last week because last week was a model week in fantasy football. This is what we look for every week, fellas. This is it. The gold standard of what we want, right?
For those who don't know, he had 210 points last week.
That's not a normal number. For
It's
those
not.
who don't know, it's not normal.
Yes, that the dog. That's not normal.
I would have won against anybody in our league that week, but it doesn't help
Who would
that
you
the
lose
nigga.
to with 210? If
Yeah,
you
that's
ever
what I was
lose,
gonna say. It doesn't help that the nigga I was going against also didn't put up a fight either.
he had
So
138. That would have been decent. That
no,
would have
this
beat
is
me the last
childish.
week.
You you put up less than 138 last week,
I had 129 last week. Nigga, Malik Willis gave me
and
2
you
points.
still won. God damn.
I won against a guy, bro. I won by 6 against a guy who didn't play a quarterback.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, my kicker gave me literal 0. My
Oh, your
flex,
quarterback only gave you fucking 2.
yeah, Malik Willis gave me 2. My flex gave me 6, and then everyone else underperformed minus Cooper Kupp and Jalen Waddle.
Your kicker gave you 0. That is
0
fucking
because the Raiders scored nothing. Couldn't even give me 1.
oh my god.
So
You were
that was
better
week
off
8.
playing fucking Davis Mills.
Yeah, I sure was. And I was sitting
Wait,
there, and I was.
why do you have 3 QBs?
That was just for the week.
You was just circling through quarterbacks trying to find anybody that could
Yeah,
fuck.
because I was just like, yo, none of these options are really too good. And the worst part was between Davis Mills and Malik Willis, I picked like the worst options of like the 5 niggas I considered.
You could have picked Jared Goff.
Bro, Jared Goff, Trevor Lawrence. There was a
Jared
million niggas
Goff
I could
put
have
up
picked who did better
18,
that
and
week.
you
Yeah.
only gave you 2.
No, I know. I literally looked at it like I was like, wow. So I considered like 6 quarterbacks this week, and I somehow found a way to literally roster both of the worst ones.
You could have got back.
Like had I lost, bro, I would have been so sick. Like
Tyler Henneke, you could have picked the Commanders.
yeah,
He
Tyler
put up
Heineke, bro.
25. Yeah,
Everyone did better
put up
that week.
25.
Everyone. There ain't a quarterback in the league that didn't do better last week than the
Nah,
niggas I picked.
Taylor Heineke put up actual normal quarterback numbers.
Bro,
He put up
Matt Stafford had
25.
18. Like bruh.
You probably could have picked fucking
Mac
Zach
Jones
Wilson.
had 14. Bro, anyone. I could have picked anybody. Andy Dalton had fucking 17. I could have picked anyone last week. Zach Wilson had 19.
You made the worst possible decisions. I
Bro,
don't know.
Sam Ellinger had 8. Sam Ellinger had 8.
Sam Ellinger.
The rookie who started for the the Colts last week.
You're a crazy man. The fact
Bro, he had 8. I could have, bro. I'm saying I could have picked anyone better than that. PJ Walker had 18. Like, dog, I could have picked any other starting quarterback in the NFL that was still available. And
you know, I hate to say this because you're my nigga, but you deserve to lose.
I didn't though.
You shouldn't have won.
I didn't
You
though.
should not have won.
I did.
What makes it worse is you had 2 niggas in your team that went off. Cooper Kupp and Jalen Waddle went off.
And then
And
everyone else
you almost
underperformed though.
squandered it. You almost.
I just, bro. Everyone else did worse. Look, I
No,
got
they
15
didn't.
from
No, they
everyone else.
didn't do good, but they didn't do bad. I mean,
Yeah, bad, not bad, nigga. But when you're projected for fucking wait, what week was this? Week 8.
Week 8, you was probably projected for something crazy like 190 with Cooper Kupp at 29, Jalen Waddle with 37.
Yeah, Joe Mixon underperformed. That nigga had, bro. Look at this stat, bro. Joe Mixon is putting up good fantasy numbers. His stat lines are atrocious, yo. Like actually, a real deal, bro. 8 rushes for 27 yards, 7 catches for 32 yards. That's a terrible fucking game in real life. That's a horrible game. Fantasy wise, yeah, it's 15 points. That's a dog shit game in real life. That's 15 touches for 60 total yards scrimmage. Like that's ridiculous, nigga.
Well, I mean, he had 9 targets and 7 receptions. He only missed 2.
I'm not
So
talking about the misses. I'm just talking about the effectiveness of what he was doing. He was ineffective, nigga. Again, it looks good fantasy wise, but like because it was 15, but he stunk, nigga. He was terrible. He was bad. Gabriel Davis got locked up because Jair Alexander was too pussy to guard Stephon Diggs for some reason.
I mean, Gabriel Davis, he's hit or miss anyway. He's a deep threat. That nigga will get 3 90-yard touchdowns. He's not just gonna get random passes.
Well, the problem was again, the Packers had their best corner on him. I guess because they're like, all right, let's take away him.
You know what
and
he gonna
then,
do? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then we can bracket Stephon Diggs and make him chill out. And then Stephon Diggs has 100 yards and a touchdown. So it's like, okay. And they're like, yeah, but like he didn't go crazy. He had 100 and a tutty and you lost. I don't care. Like the guy you were supposed to stop didn't stop. Like, yeah, you stopped Gabriel Davis. Ooh, what did it matter? But so let's look at some of these games, man. The Bucks and the Ravens played.
Bucks are ass this year,
The
man.
Bucks look so bad this year. This shit is kind of nuts.
Should have just fucking retired.
He really should have. You know, you did all this, lost your wife, lost your whole marriage just for you
Never
to
gonna see
stink.
his kids again. I just made that up, but he never gonna see his kids again.
Totally made that up, but yeah,
a terrible season, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah, so you got that. The Broncos beat the Jaguars in yet another game and win at Wembley Stadium. So unfortunately, this is the product we gave to London. Actually, this is
Wembley.
the product. This is the product England deserves. I'm not gonna hold you,
Yeah,
but
nah.
that's an argument for another day. I will do anything it takes, Mr. Biden. I know you're listening. At POTUS, I will do anything it takes to get the Broncos off of American airwaves. Anything. Do you understand me? If I gotta get a million signatures, I will put up money. I will
Even
start a
after Russ
campaign.
isn't playing? Damn.
I don't want the Broncos. I don't even want them. Forget prime time. I don't want them on air anywhere. Take them off the air.
Get
I
rid
want
of
you to.
the team.
I want you to nullify their contracts,
God.
nullify their licensing rights for the television, whatever channel. I don't want to see these niggas anymore ever. I want to just hear about them. That's the best I can give these niggas.
See, now this
I'm
is
tired of it.
pretty hate right here. I respect that.
This is supreme hating. Please, I will do anything it takes, bro. I'll become a Cowboys fan. I'll root for the Eagles. I'll do anything it takes.
See, I feel bad about it because Russ seemed like a cool guy, but
It ain't even about him. I just don't want you niggas on my TV no more. All of you niggas,
oh him.
collectively. Nathaniel Hackett, you are a criminal.
Yeah, him too.
you are a criminal,
Out the,
Nathaniel Hackett.
this nigga out the league.
But we gonna move, man. The Falcons won an overtime game where DJ Moore, I can't say he cost them the game, but he cost them the game. So I mean, it's
He
kind of
cost him to win. He ain't cost him to lose. He cost him
yeah,
to
he
win.
did cost the game. But I mean, the kicker's got to hit one of those kicks, and he hit neither. So I mean, yeah, hate to see it. The Cowboys ran it up on the Bears. Tony Pollard.
Listen, man, we're
We
not
all
gonna talk
knew,
about Tony
we all
Pollard
knew.
because if the more smoke we put behind Tony Pollard,
Oh, I forgot you
the
had Zeke.
less
Yeah, that's fried.
likely it's gonna be that Zeke is.
Yeah, no, that's fried, buddy.
Now we're
Like,
not gonna keep talking about Tony Pollard, okay?
I just think overall, like this, it kind of is one of these things where I hate to like devalue running backs, but it's just like it's just further proof. Every year we get 2 or 3 more examples that prove that listen, you really shouldn't sign your backs to the big contracts. You just shouldn't. You get them on the 3-4 years on a rookie deal, and if they're not willing to take a team friendly 8 year, 9 year, 9 million type deal, or 8 million and 9 million type deal, like they like, nah, I'm the best back in the league. I want 15 mil. Yeah, you gotta go, bro. You gotta go because that's not to say that you're not the best back in the league. But the fall off between you and a rookie I draft with the same amount of touches is not colossal enough to justify paying you 15 mil. And
Yeah,
year after year after year, we see proof of this. We see it with everything. I mean, even with the Vikings, we signed Dalvin Cook and he stayed healthy and he's still cooking up. But then it's also looking at like we have Madison right behind him, who every time he fills in well, and Madison's getting paid like
yeah,
2-3 million. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, so we tied up all this money in Dalvin Cook, and now we're having financial issues with some other players. We let some guys go because we didn't have the money. So it's kind of like, well, maybe we could have not paid him, went with Madison, drafted another young bull, and been fine.
you say
Like,
that though, but you didn't know that at the time. You just know that now.
no, we did know it. That's what I'm saying. Every year, this has been happening for maybe like a long time. Like where we've seen like the backs have been quote unquote replaceable. And I hate to say it like that. One, because I
Yeah,
played running back, but I also understand as playing running back, I get it. There's a reason you're replaceable because after 4 to 5 years, you getting smoked
your
like that.
body's
Your
crushed up.
body just don't. Yeah, you just can't really take that many fucking hits all day. Bro, if I'm rushing the ball 20 times a game and then getting a couple catches, so I'm averaging 20, 22 catches a game, 17 games in the season, 340 hits.
Look at Chris Carson. That nigga, his neck was permanently fucked up. He got out of the league.
Yeah.
Look at Todd Gurley.
Yeah, but here's the scary part. Look at Chris Carson and then now look at Kenneth Walker, who they drafted. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see Zeke, you paid him the money. Now look at Tony Pollard, who you drafted. Like, you're seeing it over and over again. Perfect example. Another one, back in the day, Le'Veon Bell wanted the big money. They didn't pay him. Look at James Conner, who they drafted. Like, that's what I mean when I say, like, you have seen over and over and over again. The guy who comes behind you, he may not be as good as prime Le'Veon. He wasn't. Right? These guys
But he gonna
aren't
get the
better than
job done.
yes, exactly my point. But he'll get the if he can give me 80% of what prime blank If prime Christian McCaffrey leaves and I get a guy behind him, he gives me 70% of Christian McCaffrey, my nigga, I won. I won. Because Christian McCaffrey might have wanted 15 million, which would have crippled my cap space. But instead, I'm gonna pay the rookie 1 point something this year, and he's gonna
That's
give me
insane.
70%.
That's
Yeah,
insane to say though. Like
it
from the
sounds
outside
stupid.
looking in.
Yes,
No,
it sounds
it,
stupid.
it don't sound stupid. It sounds disrespectful.
Oh yeah,
If I'm
yeah,
just as good as Christian McCaffrey, you're gonna pay me $1 million because I'm a rookie, and I'm gonna put my body through the same strains and the same disrespect and bodily harm.
yeah, yeah,
That's man.
yeah, and it is disrespectful. But my issue is whether we do see that it's true though, and that's
Yeah,
my thing
it
where
holds up.
the
Time after
players, and I get some of the players, they're not gonna adjust because they're like, nah, like so basically you just tell me as a back, I just can never make that money. Because if I get that money of 15 million, it's gonna be somewhere that's got a ton of cap space that's probably rebuilding. Like it's gonna be the Jets. It's gonna be, and you see that. Le'Veon Bell left, took some time off, got a big payday, went to the Jets, and nothing happened. Right? Like you see these things happen. And again, with Christian McCaffrey, the future remains to be seen. But you see it with a lot of different guys, right? Like,
mm-hmm.
and that's the part to me where I think like I mean, like let me look at rookie running backs from 2020.
Also the league is different too as well. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's some teams where they have a number one back, but they still split it up. Like the Cowboys, we just talking about Dak and Tony
Yeah.
Pollard.
Yep.
You know what? The Vikings could split it up between fucking Madison and Dalvin, but they don't unless Dalvin gets injured. So I don't
Yeah.
know. It's weird because
But look at
it's anger inducing too from a fantasy standpoint because
yeah, no, from a fantasy standpoint, it is, of course. But
but I'm
from
not even
like
thinking about
a
fantasy. I'm thinking
player
about
health and team perspective,
yeah,
it only makes sense. Like,
yeah.
like perfect
Split
example
these
is
niggas up. What do you want one nigga to shovel all of the hurt and the injuries
yeah.
when you got a nigga that's just as good or maybe barely like 5% less back there and not even playing?
Mm-hmm.
Like look at the Colts, look at JT, look at Naeem Hines, look at the third string where everybody got injured and the third string was putting up more than JT was putting up this season.
Yeah. And like I'm looking at a list of rookie running backs. Like perfect example is James Robinson in 2020. That was a rookie back, 1,000-yard rusher. He did all of that. You draft Travis Etienne. He misses 2021. He comes 2022, and he's so fucking good. You can get rid of the other rookie back you had on your team.
Yeah.
Like this is my whole point. Like you're gonna get backs every year, every 2 years. You're good. There's backs out here every time, and so it's one of those things where it's like, dog, you don't have to sign these niggas to these wild ass deals. You really don't. I'm not saying like in some cases I know it's so tempting because you got a guy like Alvin Kamara. You just look stupid not signing him. Todd Gurley when he was that dude. You just look stupid not signing him. Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, like these niggas you look stupid not signing them. But then the problem is if I get 4 solid seasons out of you, right? And now you're like, all right, it's time to re-up, this and that. If I got 4 seasons out of Saquon, he's been pretty injured for the first 4. I wouldn't say he was super injured, but he was injured enough.
Mm-hmm.
Do I trust you to do another 4? And that's the problem because if I'm a back, I'm not going to sign a 2-year deal. I'm expecting a longer term deal. Like I wrote out my rookie contract the first 3-4 years. Now I want my real contract, my 3 or 4 year deal contract.
Exactly.
So that's the part where it's just like these teams are usually going to end up parting ways because it's like, bro, I can't afford to pay you 11, 12, 13 million when you know that there are holes on our team that And of course, it's like you also can't ask this guy to take that pay cut because realistically, come on. If I'm Jonathan Taylor, nigga, and I did what I did for 2 or 3 years, let's say like take what he did and duplicate that over 3 years and now it's my contract here. If
You
I'm
know,
Jonathan Taylor, I'm going to sit up here and nigga, you bet like there's no argument to not pay me.
I would say that it's a tough bind on both sides, but I won't say that because the NFL makes billions of dollars. They just don't want to pay niggas more.
Well, again, it's not because it's not like baseball where there's just or a basketball where I can just go over like a luxury tax. I can just sign anybody but pay a luxury tax like
Yeah,
that'll
but
come out of the owner's
that's
pocket.
what I'm
Like
saying. Like, why
that doesn't
isn't there?
exist though. Well, I mean, I don't know. But I think that would be great. But I also think it could be a little dicey. But I think it should happen because, like you said, I think there's times where shit, if I can go over, nigga, I will pay Dalvin Cook anything he wants. I don't care. I'll pay him whatever he wants.
Like our conversation to me, like all of this makes sense, but at the same time, it also seems like putting a price on niggas' health. So like one of the best running backs in the league, you had him for 4 years, but he was injured for 3 of those 4 years, on and off, right?
Right. Yeah, 2
So
games here, 4 games here. Yeah.
and he was a rookie. He wasn't a star yet.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to give him that star paycheck because he was mainly injured. So
Or not just mainly, like that factors into it, but that's not even mainly, in my opinion. The mainly is just the math on, all right, I got my 4 years from you. It makes sense logistically for me to probably
that's
seek a younger
that's
nigga
what
here.
I'm saying. That's why this shit is fucked up.
Yeah,
That's
no,
why
it is
that's
fucked up.
that's what I'm that was my whole point was it's you make this much money off of football.
Mm-hmm.
Prices, niggas paying for tickets, niggas concession stands, food, all this. But y'all don't want to pay niggas more. Niggas are literally this isn't basketball.
Right.
Niggas are putting their lives on the line. Literally, niggas getting brain injuries and going out and committing mass shootings because their brain got full of Swiss cheese. But y'all don't want to pay niggas more.
Yeah. But I've always said this is the last plantation, right? So like this is the last
God damn,
place.
that's
I literally have always said that. Like, football is the
hey,
last plantation, dog. It's
yeah.
like, I mean, obviously beyond like prison and the whole carceral system as a whole,
You
but
know, prison's
like
definitely
football is
slave.
really the last plantation to where it's run like a plantation. It's run that way. Like it's you got the overseers, you got the niggas up top, and there's no bend or there's no fold. You gonna get down or lay down.
Yeah.
And players have been able to get a few wins select here and there, right? But even those wins come at a great cost, right? Like, I mean, perfect
Yeah.
example is Deshaun Watson. That nigga got that separation from that team, but at what cost? Because that same team was protecting him. You get what I'm saying? That same team was withholding information from the public because they knew it would damage their guy. But the moment he decides to leave, hey, well, yeah, you know what? I'm finna call up all those women that I knew about because I knew it
Mm-hmm.
was happening. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean when it's like it's really the last plantation. Like niggas will, as long as you serving the overseers, yeah, we with it. You could be one of my guys. The moment you freak on me, the moment you flip on me and turn, nah, we're gonna bury you. We're gonna bury you. So I think there should be like a luxury tax or something to where you could just pay. You can overpay. Like, all right, if I sign this guy for every dollar over I sign him, I gotta pay a certain amount, whatever. Like, and I'll pay it to the league. I don't care. Like, the league can make even more money off of this. Wouldn't that be great? But it's not about the money. It's probably just about, again, with a lot of these guys, they do it with baseball too. It's about traditionalists and tradition. And if we change the rules and this is a different da 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 da, and then that's when all those dumbass arguments like that come in. But
Mm-hmm.
I do think it should happen. I do think there needs to be like a luxury tax implemented in some way in the NFL because they've been expanding the salary caps, but I think you need more than that. I think you need, and like maybe if it's just for one player, right? Like start something like that. Like, all right, you can only do it one time every offseason, right? Like you only get one guy you can actually luxury over where, all right, you paid him 8 million over the cap. So now you got to sign da da da. But then the problem with that is, okay, no, it makes sense though, because you could do that and then basically make it so you pay over and then you remove the difference, and so his cap hit will be a certain number, but you know you had to pay a certain number. But yeah, man, it's bad, man. Let me keep going through these games. Dolphins just barely beat the Lions. That was wild. The Vikings won a close game against the Cardinals. The Raiders got spizzanked by the Saints.
Yeah.
Jets lost. Eagles smoked the Steelers. Titans just barely beat the Texans. Derrick
Eagles best
Henry
team in
went.
the league right now. Let's
Yeah, the
say that.
Eagles look, bro. First off, the Eagles are Super Bowl bound. They are literally like, yo, listen, bro, we going all in.
There's no,
Yeah,
you
we
know
going
what?
all in. Like
Yeah.
it ain't no none of that. We
They
going all
channeling
in,
the spirit of Mike Vick.
and I respect it because I think so often these teams will get in positions like this where they're solid, they're really good, and there might be a rough around the edges. These niggas are going all in. They're like, yo, listen, we got a team that we know is good enough to compete with anybody this year. So if I got that already, nigga, I want to get better. I want to get even better. Like it's like, nigga, I don't care who I gotta sign. I'll get an even better team up here. I don't care if we A plus. I'm trying to be A plus plus. Whatever we not good at, I want to get better at that. Commanders beat the Colts by 1. Rams got
By
Smizzo.
1. That's a crazy score. By 1.
Yeah, 17-16.
That, that's
Seahawks beat the Giants. Thank God the Giants finally get knocked off their horse. Like, bro, y'all not like that, yo. Give it a rest.
it had to happen.
It had to. Someone had to do it. The Bills played the Packers, beat them by 10. The Browns absolutely trounced the Bengals.
Wait,
That was
since we just mentioned the Bills, I just gotta say, man, I don't know if you're listening, but whoever is managing the Bills' social media, man, you are my fucking hero, bro. That is insane. What you got going over there, that is some life-changing work you're doing right now.
Specifically on TikTok, or is that on all the platforms?
No, just TikTok. I don't specifically TikTok.
Okay, yeah.
Every time y'all niggas get a win and y'all do the YouTube poop, that's
YouTube.
it.
Yeah, but
That's
yo,
basically what it is. It's like you've seen
it
YouTube
literally is.
poop.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
YouTube to poop, but it's TikTok. It's just a combination of memes. It's it's so good. Like whoever is the social media manager needs to be paid $700,000 a year. It's that good.
Yeah, man. Yo, when y'all get a chance, check out the Buffalo Bills TikTok page. That shit genuinely is hilarious.
I put it on my fucking IG story every time they win. I put it out there.
Yeah, nah, and don't get me wrong, they win well enough to where it's like, okay,
It's almost every week,
yeah, you gonna get a
literally.
bunch of these. You gonna get a whole lot of these.
Man.
Niggas are 6-1, so they like, yeah, you finna get a whole lot of these, nigga. But yeah, so that's that. What game is tonight? We got the Eagles versus the Texans, and the Texans. Brandon Cooks is sitting. Oh, we didn't talk about the trades. We did not talk about the
Wait,
trade.
Brady Cook? Oh man, let's go.
Brandon Cooks is out, but we didn't talk about the trade deadline. Chris
Oh,
McCaffrey got traded from Carolina to San Fran. Uh,
let's go.
Robert Quinn got moved from Chicago to Philly. I'll come back to that Chris McCaffrey one in just a second. The Ravens defense hasn't been doing too good, so they traded for Roquan Smith and they picked up Jason Pierre-Paul as well, who is a little old, but you know, it's just some more rotational depth. And Roquan is a dog, like he's really like that. So I
Yeah,
think he fits perfectly, like in Baltimore. So I think that's a real good look for them. Bears added Chase Claypool, which helps. They still don't got an O-line,
yeah,
but that
that was
definitely helps.
interesting. Yeah.
The Dolphins. The Dolphins got aggressive as well. They signed Bradley Chubb for first, and then they signed Jeff Wilson, and then moved Chase Edmonds for something. I'm not sure what it was. The Vikings added T.J. Hawkinson. Yeah,
Not a fan of
woo!
that for obvious reasons.
Big fan of that. Nigga,
Actually, I don't care. I'm officially tossing my hat in the ring for an Eagles fan.
okay. All right. Well, Buffalo added Naeem Hines, which I think is a really good look. Because he fits perfectly into sort of Buffalo's offense. Like
What?
they don't like actual running backs, you know. So he
I was
fits
gonna say
perfectly.
they got fucking obviously they have Devin Singletary, they got fucking Naeem Hines, and they had fucking
They
Zach.
traded Zach Moss. Yeah.
Oh, they.
hmm
Oh,
I forgot where they traded him, but they moved him
yeah.
somewhere.
Damn.
Um, so I'm not sure why the Packers didn't decide to pick anybody up. Where you say he got traded to the Colts? I forgot who we were talking about already. Oh, in the same deal.
Zach
Yeah,
Moss.
yeah, gotcha. Zach
Yeah.
Moss to the Colts. Which I do think will help the Colts because Zach Moss is a actual runner, an actual running back. And the Bills like just don't like that. And the Colts do. So I think that works. The Colts really weren't doing shit with Naeem Hines. After using him very well in a couple other seasons, they were just like, yeah, I don't really feel like throwing that guy anymore. But yeah, so I was also confused why Brandon Cooks didn't get moved. Apparently, I saw something that said the Texans were expecting a second round pick back for him, which, in my opinion, is the Texans front office it must be smoking crack because
Yeah, obviously.
Chase Claypool got traded for a second rounder, and you're expecting a 30-year-old guy making $18 million. $18 million. Like I can tell niggas what highest paid players in the NFL like that aren't quarterbacks. And you'll see where 18 million ranks. Like, oh man, hold on. Let me see the highest single year.
That's crazy to say.
Like, yeah, so it's like you wanted a second rounder for a guy who's making fucking two. Like, you're smoking rocks, bro. You're smoking rocks, brother, man.
That's why fucking Brandon tweeted that shit. He's yeah. NFL is dirty. They don't treat players like shit. No, they do treat players like shit. I mean, they don't treat niggas like nothing. That's what I meant by saying shit.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, no, it's bad. It's bad. But yeah, so it's like the fact that they want a second round pick for this guy was insane. Like, you guys clearly don't know what the hell you're doing.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, like the Texans weren't willing to pay any chunk of that $18 million for another team. So my thing is, okay, so you're not gonna pay off any of that salary. So it's not like they're gonna get him for like say 10 and you pay 8, right? You want to clear that 18 off your books entirely. Meaning I have to eat the full 18 of Brandon Cooks, which is a tough ask. And you still want a second, which is what I got, which is what Chase Claypool went for, who's younger and on a rookie deal. You are smoking crack.
Absolutely.
You're smoking rocks. Like, I understand, like, in terms of like Brandon Cooks, is he worth a second? Yeah, he sure is. But when Brandon Cooks is also 30 and when he's making 18 million, he's not worth a second. You can't afford to. It's just you're not going to give up a second and eat the $18 million. That makes no sense. Doesn't make any sense. So I don't know, man. I don't know why they didn't move him. That was so silly. He don't want to be there. And niggas will always do that whole thing where, well, you signed that contract and da da da. Like, bro, we all know that does not matter anymore.
Yeah, no, we all signed contracts.
Because you can't force niggas to play. And teams are more understanding now than they've ever been. Back in the day, like, if you didn't want to play for one team, like, the teams will blackball you because they would think, oh, this nigga just don't want to play. Yeah. Now they just like, nah, I get it, bro. The Texans stink. So
you mentioned slavery earlier. Before, it was, oh, this nigga don't want to play. Backhoe. It was slavery before. Before it was slavery.
Yeah, now it's loosening a little, but you can see the resistance, nigga. They fighting strong to keep that shit the way it is, like,
yeah,
or to keep it a way that works for them. But yeah, so that is that. Yeah, that's all the NFL stuff for this week. I guess I don't know. Did we purposely save these two stories for the last thing? Because
I don't think so. I don't purposely save anything for anything. So I mean,
okay. Well, the last two things on our docket are Kanye and the passing of Takeoff. So how do we wanna go about this?
The passing of what now?
Takeoff from Migos. Come on, catch up.
Nigga, I know. Yeah, I know. Takeoff. I don't want to talk about that.
Okay, got you.
Very sad.
Well, rest in peace, Takeoff. Rest in peace. Prayers up for the Migos and whatnot.
I will shit talk Kanye.
Yeah, we can do that.
As long as.
And I guess we can get into the Kyrie thing too, because I would probably say, we can kind of cover them both. So, again, since we skipped last week, we didn't mention anything on this. So, where was it starting at? Where did it start at recently? He was doing a round of interviews, right? He went to Fox News. He went to. We did talk about this, didn't we?
I was gonna say I don't even think that's recent. He did. We had a whole episode called Juckle Tarleson. So he's
Juckle Tucker, some shit like that. Yeah.
Juckle Tucker. So he's had a new round.
Okay, right. So that was there. The new round. Well, I mean, I don't really know if it was so much of a new round, so much so as it was just the fallout. Because that's really all it's been between then and now. It's just been the fallout. He hasn't really said too much new. Well, he did say one thing new about George Floyd, which was pretty trash. But so at some point, he ended up apologizing to the Jewish community, and it was like a half apology, honestly. And then
I was say he apologized to the Jewish community.
Yeah, I
He
was just.
also apologized to the daughter. Was it the daughter of George Floyd?
Oh, but see, did you see what he was saying to her in the first place? Because
Oh yeah. Oh, was it the first place or after? I saw him apologize, and then I saw the absolute dog shit that he was saying to her. I thought he had just apologized, and it was like, man, fuck that bitch, and went full on. I'm gonna say this stupid shit.
yeah, and so he pretty much did some silly shit, very much saying like he apologized for his comments, saying that God didn't call on him to alienate people, da da da, and then proceeded to just continue. But what I thought was hilarious, right, was for all the points that Kanye made, who did he apologize to first?
The
Like, and
niggas.
that's the part I think is so funny to me because it's like, imagine acting like you got this real big, grandiose point, and then you didn't even decide that your community needed an apology. Not even first. Like y'all niggas ain't
You said
like.
you said your community. You think Kanye is
Well,
black?
no, yeah.
What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, no, it's a oh shit.
Let's,
Yeah, you
nah, let's
got
get
me.
it
You
together.
got
Nah,
me. Yeah, you got
yeah,
me.
come on now.
Um, but more so than that, right? It's just been this sort of thing. He then apologized to black folks, right? Pretty much saying like I'm very sorry for the George Floyd comments, and pretty much saying that now that they have began this crusade against me, I too know what it's like to have a knee on my
Oh,
neck. And I was just like, yeah, listen, you're gonna have to go to hell. You're gonna have to die twice.
listen,
Like,
listen, listen. I said earlier about the most hated niggas on earth. Uh,
yeah, he's creeping his
let's
way in
see.
there for sure, for sure.
No, he ain't creeping. No, he ain't creeping.
Yeah, he ain't creeping.
It's
That nigga
Elon
outside
Musk.
leaning on the horn.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk is literally the worst nigga in human history. And I know what y'all about to say. Hitler, all that. Fuck them niggas. Fuck Elon Musk. And then Kanye is right above, just barely by like a teensy, a centimeter. What's less than a centimeter? A
A
millimeter?
millimeter, a micrometer.
What's a micrometer? Just so I need a micrometer.
That nigga's a
Whatever is the
nanometer away.
smallest possible gradients of measuring, Kanye is right above Elon Musk in that book. So it's like Elon Musk, Kanye West, Hitler, and then whatever the
Stop
fuck
saying
else
that
is
nigga
going on.
name, please.
Oh, yeah, oh,
I don't
sorry.
even want that nigga name on this bitch.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
I don't even want
but
that nigga name on this bitch.
no, that's facts. Yeah, that's facts. But yeah, no. Elon, Kanye, absolute worst niggas on earth.
To the
Trump,
big H.
Trump is fucking. He's terrible, but that nigga funny, so he get a pass.
Yeah. So the thing though that killed me, right, is that people kept trying to basically say like, oh, okay, like, oh, he's making all these points, he's doing this, he's doing that, da da da. And see, look, this is just proof of his point. But here's my thing. One, when you don't belong to a community and you talk shit about that community, it always hits harder than if you belong to that community, right? For example,
Right.
if I'm a white person, right, and I say that, like, listen, white folks have been terrible historically speaking, da da da, this and that. Some white folks will get mad at me. A lot of them, they'll say I'm pandering, they'll say I'm this, they'll say I'm that. But there's really no actual pushback for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not really. Now let me say it. Let a black person with that same sort of stature say it. You
Nigga,
you
that's
have to
straight your
face
ass
that,
up.
right? So okay, that's one. Let's move past that, right? Let's say you're not part of the LGBT community, right? And you say something about the community, or no, sorry, let's start with it. You in the community, right? And you say, well, I just think we make too many excuses and da da da, and you just saying some shit that's gonna rile the community up. And the community itself is like, yo, fuck you. What are you talking about? Like, you're way off. You making us like, nah, they on your ass. But as a whole, they're not gonna cancel you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Now again, now become the baby and say it. You see what I'm saying? Like when you don't belong to these groups and y'all speak with the level of ignorance and with the level of vitriol that y'all do, y'all are going to face hell for it. Because as quiet as it's kept, people have lightly prodded at Jewish folks and not got nothing more than a scorning. Black folks, literal black, Jay-Z has said things. 21 Savage has said some things. And niggas be like, hey, yo, what you doing, yeah? My fault, y'all. And that's it.
Yeah.
So explain to me why Jay-Z's a billionaire. Jay-Z's a black rapper. Explain to me why it don't cook him. It don't cook 21, who got less money, stature, and everything than Kanye. But it cook you. Because y'all didn't say the same thing.
Yeah, niggas have a coded message, which this is what makes me so mad is because black people have a coded lingo for anti-Semitism.
Mm-hmm.
Just like white people, it's called a dog whistle. White
Yeah,
people
right.
have
And when
dog
you talk in
whistles.
the dog whistles, people recognize the dog whistles. But as long as you don't say that shit out loud with the exact words you're not supposed to say,
That's why
and
there was a whole entire big deal made when they got the unedited Kanye footage when they were with Tucker Carlson.
with Juckle.
No, no, I was gonna say I wanted to say the fucked up version. Juckle Jarlson. He played the version that they edited.
That's what I mean.
Kanye said all the loud shit out loud.
Yeah.
Juckle Jarlson
Yeah.
said the quiet parts.
Mhm.
He
And Fox News edited it out. Just like I just want y'all to remember who we talking about. No problem spreading this nasty shit all over the world, but I edited that part kind of. Even I'm like, bro, you just can't do that. You just can't do that. Like you can't do that. And my whole thing is it is unique in the sense that, and then people will say, well, yeah, but like none of them issues because you can't. Yeah, you can be very nasty towards the LGBT community, towards women, towards a lot of different communities you don't belong to. But only one community has specific stereotypes about them ruling the world. You get what I'm saying? So like this is the only
Mhm.
community you can specifically have those nasty things to say about. So there it's hard to find that level of comparison because no one else is talking about women. Well, women secretly run it. Okay. Like, like, all right. Like, well, if that's the case, they ain't doing a good job. Like, but we know that that's not the case, right? So with these being the specific, it's just like there are some very specific anti-black stereotypes. And so if a person who did not belong to our group, let's say they're Asian, Latino, whatever, were to say these sort of things, they would get fried. And then you know what else would happen? The follow-up would be there would be companies that look to hop in and join in on the jumping just because they get some brownie points. Right? They see somebody get
Literally.
jumped, they pull over. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down with y'all. Yeah, yeah. Get a couple of knots. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Get back in the whip. I hope that worked. Like, I hope
Yeah.
that worked. Like, and so we're seeing that here too. And that's why it's the same thing where it's like everything is a conspiracy theory to you niggas instead of common fucking sense. You don't belong to a group and you're saying wild shit about them. And they happen to have power. Just like in most cases, when you talk about a lot of these other groups, they got power. There's famous and powerful gay people. There's powerful women. There's powerful all these groups that you are insulting when y'all do this shit. And y'all be mad because it's like, even if they weren't powerful themselves, there's people who are powerful who are sympathetic to some of these causes who is like, nah, this ain't good for business. Because ultimately it comes back to a dollar, right? Because a report came out today saying, or not
Mhm.
today, but it was recently saying that basically, yeah, had been saying this shit since 2018. He had been privately praising Big H. You know what I'm saying? Like back in 2018. And this is remember the TMZ interview where he did the shit with Van Lathan and all that? Like that was
Mhm.
allegedly during that interview. Now that didn't air, did it? You see what I'm saying? So I have no problem with your anti-Semitism in private as long as I can still get my money and this and that. The moment you decide you're gonna just go all out, balls to the wall, yeah, now I'm gonna fire you. Because if you said that, think about it. Harvey Levin is Jewish, is he not?
I would assume
The
so.
dude who
Yeah.
runs TMZ, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you hear about these comments being said at your interview, I'm bro, even though I didn't air that segment, I promise you it was talked about. And I promise you I spoke
Mhm.
to my other niggas about this. You get what I'm saying? I let my niggas know, yo, listen, bro, if y'all gonna work with him, just understand he this, he that, he this, he that. Mind you, Lear Cohen still work with Kanye with the MAGA hat on. Lear Cohen is Jewish. So these people who are also Jewish are okay with it because the money is the ultimate goal. It's not
I mean,
about
yeah.
none of that shit. But here's the problem. When you make it so bad to where I can't get the money no more, you fucking the money
Mhm.
up. That's when
Yep.
you're getting baked. And that's the part that's like, why is it so hard for y'all to see that? Because there's a lot of people out here who are being anti-Semitic for real, and they're not getting cooked. You know why? Because it behooves them to keep that rich nigga around. That's it. Just like there's a lot of people being homophobic. Why? Yeah, I should get rid of him, but it behooves me to keep this guy around. Right? Yeah, a lot of people are being misogynistic. But guess what? It behooves me to keep this guy around for some money. But then my problem is when you step out of line, knowing that it's been years and you've been saying these things for years, doing these things for years, and hundreds upon thousands of people privately have seen you act a certain way. Well, nigga, now once the doors are open, the floodgates are open, everyone's got a story. Everyone's gonna have a story now, and that's what you're hearing now. Everyone's got something to say now. Niggas who sign NDAs are looking at it like, nah, I could go talk to somebody and get paid to talk about it. Shit. Why wouldn't I? If I heard you say some wild shit in public and wild shit in private in 2019, and now we talking about it publicly, and they talking about they're gonna give me 10 racks for this, just to talk, just to step on a nigga I already ain't like, shit. And so that's why it's just like, bro, we do the same shit, and that's the part that killed me. Like
Yeah,
that's why
yeah,
it's just
exactly.
like this happens every time away. The baby got smoked again. The homophobia wasn't the end all be all, but when you add that to everything else you're dealing with, you can't weather that storm. Same
Exactly.
thing
When
with
you're in the
Ye.
public spotlight, that's it.
And so that's my thing, bro. Ye was doing all of this stuff behind the scenes, and people knew. The Jewish folks that he worked with knew, and the bread was of the utmost priority until you just kept fucking pushing it. You keep going. You
That's
want to
why I
talk?
keep saying Kanye is not a genius.
Yeah, he's
This
not.
nigga is not smart. If he was smart, if Kanye was smart, he could have became the president. He was fucking Donald Trump's friend.
Yeah,
If
honestly.
he, nigga, if he, what'd you say?
I said, yeah, honestly.
Oh yeah, yeah, he could have became the president. He could have been He was Donald Trump's friend. He literally could have fucking just
You a
skated his way to the
billionaire.
presidency.
You cool with
But
Elon too,
he's
right?
so fucking stupid. He just keeps doing all this. He sees all the anti-Semitic. She's like, oh, that's what niggas like. Oh, the fuck them, anti-Semitic, and he just ran with it. It
Yeah.
was almost like it was a trap.
But you know what?
Like
My issue with this is though is that like Kanye was in rooms, so he's probably in rooms. And think about it, we're talking if we talk music industry,
that's
there
why I said it was a trap because he's in room with other niggas. Some nigga that's throwing out this shit so that something worse can come.
well, maybe so. But my issue ends up being that you were perfectly fine with your mouth shut, sitting at the table with these same people you feel like is exploiting us. And you did this up until right fucking now.
Yeah.
Right now, nigga.
Mhm.
So to me, this is a beef between two rich niggas. This ain't got shit to do with me. It ain't got shit to do with anti-blackness. It ain't got
Right.
shit to do with anti. It's beef between rich niggas. And
Right.
unfortunately, you done pissed off too many rich niggas, and you pissed off a wide swath of rich niggas and niggas who are going to be sympathetic to this specific cause. Because why wouldn't I? If you a white man, famous white man, and you just say some flagrant anti-black shit. I'm not talking about like some, yeah, no, because crimes are higher in those neighborhoods, da da da. Like, oh, what are you insinuating? What are you inferring? No, Kanye ain't infer nothing. He didn't insinuate nothing. He said outright, it's you niggas.
Yeah.
Y'all the problem. So again, let a white man get up here and do perfect example. Mel Gibson got smoked for that shit. Did we forget how soon we forget? Mel Gibson was not America's darling, but mind you, he was a star at the time.
These niggas gonna say America's darling, bro.
Oh
I'm
yeah, I
not
know,
on
I'm
that, bro.
tripping. Yeah, I'm wild. But you get what I'm saying. Mel
Yeah.
Gibson said that, and guess what? You take your pick at who he pissed off. He pissed off everyone, so we don't know which group really got it done. But I think we know because again, you can't say too much like that. You can feel how you feel like, oh, it was y'all do this and y'all click together and y'all run certain industries and a lot of y'all are directors and da da da. And some of that is true, some of that's not. But the problem is when you skip past that and go straight to nah, it's you niggas that's the problem. It's you. Da, da, da. Yeah, okay. Guess what? You're out of here, buddy. Every time, every single time. And then you switch over to Kyrie shit. And my problem with Kyrie shit is like before we even get to your content, it's the fact that you post a link to this documentary, right? And the documentary makes some very bold, and by bold I mean absolutely dog shit and horseshit claims. And it makes these horseshit claims, right? Now you get to a press conference, you get asked about these horseshit claims, right? And you tell me, well, I've got a platform, I know people pay attention to me, and da da da, and I'm influential. That's what you're saying. And then as soon as you get asked this question about your platform and this and that, then you tell people, oh well, y'all make it seem like I could really influence niggas like that, and like I'm really like that dude who people listen to, and da da da. So which one is it, nigga? Is it Uchiwali or is it One Mic? Which one is it, nigga? Are you influenceless with no platform, or are you that guy that people listen to? Because you can't play it both, right? Niggas love to do that. When it's something positive or something I support, yeah, I'm that guy. I'm the voice of the heroes. But when it's something negative, oh nah, it's like 3 niggas listening to me, bro. Max. Like, bro, like nigga got like 90 million subscribers, bro. It's only like 5, 10 niggas for real that's listening. Like, come on, like it ain't.
It's like fucking what,
So
700 niggas listen?
so that was my first issue. Like, because before we even get to the content of that doc, you are too cowardly to even stand on something, and you know what you're saying. You know what you're doing. You don't post, like, think about it. Like, imagine you take a picture of something. You don't post that picture and post that link out of happenstance. You get what I'm saying? You supported
That
that.
was
You
purposeful.
that was promo. And then that was the other
Yeah.
part of it. Then we start to argue about what promotion means. And I was like, yo, we not doing this, yo. Y'all niggas are some frauds. This nigga telling me posting a link to a form of media is not promoting that form of media. That's
No,
literally what it is. It's not
yeah,
like
shut
it's
the
not
fuck
a
up.
fucking ad. It's not a paid ad, nigga. But it's promo. You are literally putting this somewhere where people it's more visible. You're nigga, stop it. I'm not doing this, bro. You're not gonna like. And that was the shit that pissed me off too, where I'm like, oh, so now we don't know what promotion means.
Yeah,
Now we don't know
exactly.
what promo is. But that goes back to this is cowardice. Because if you really felt this way and this is really what you believe in and really what you're going to stand on, then stand on it. You want to be a voice for the voiceless? Well, guess what? The voiceless don't got a choice to shut the fuck up and just not. Once you out there, nigga. So that's my issue. Don't be no half stepping ass nigga. You gonna put yourself out there? Oh, they playing for keeps. Of course they are. You just told me this was a global conspiracy, nigga. The fuck are
Right.
you talking about? You just told me these niggas run everything, and then now you shocked that they playing for keeps. And now that making you walk it back. Nigga, you pussy. I don't want to hear none of this. I don't want to hear nothing more from you. Because if you really do believe that shit, then that means you a sucker. You ain't gonna get the goal accomplished anyway. Because my whole thing was, wouldn't it have been way more effective to not say nothing, to round the players up, and to try to do this shit behind closed doors with them niggas? Would have been way more effective. But guess what? You wouldn't have got some clout off it. You wouldn't have been, people wouldn't
I
have been
was about
talking
to say,
about you off it.
literally.
You wouldn't have got no attention off of it. And that's my problem. These niggas be addicted to that attention. And that's what it is. That's that currency. They getting paid in views. They getting paid in looks. And niggas really think it means something. You know, people think like, oh, well, everyone talking about me and da da da. That's not good. Like perfect example is to quote a dickhead, Elon Musk said some shit and pretty much said, like, well, when you got both sides mad at you, that's how you know you're doing something right. And to me, that was the funniest shit I ever heard because that's literally how you know you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
When the dumbest niggas on both sides of the fence are like, yo, you're bugging, you're probably bugging, my nigga. like when both sides of the shit are just like, yeah, this nigga is an idiot. He's not like no one is agreeing with it. Like, so that's my issue. Hold on, my mom called me. God damn, she know I'm fine. Hello. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that's my thing. And then to me, like, it's so many arguments that were just it's so easy to debunk. Like people are just like, it's crazy how anti-Semitism is like they deal with that immediately, but anti-blackness they don't. And I'm like, well, first off, this country was only built on one of those. Can you guess which one?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
that, like stop it, bro. Please. I'm not telling you it's right. I'm telling you, don't act shocked that this is what's happening. And don't tell me that Kanye had to throw away his whole fortune to prove that point. Because if that's what he thinks, then he needs to read anything, any book that's
We
ever been
already
made.
know that he doesn't read.
Well, yeah, he
We
said
know
he
that
don't read.
for a fact.
But see, this is also the drawback of not reading. Because you think you're doing something so revolutionary. I'm proving my point. I'm gonna get out there and I'm gonna say these wild things and they're gonna cook me for it. And then that's gonna prove that they really are in control of everything. And my nigga, all you had to do was read a book. James Baldwin was talking about this. Malcolm X was talking about it. Like, bro, you could have just read any book that any of these black folks y'all look up to wrote, and they would have been talking about all this shit that y'all talking about. You didn't have to sacrifice nothing to prove at this point. Because if the point was true in 1930, or the point was true in 1940 or 1960, what I'm supposed to believe it ain't true now? Like, that's my problem, where it's just like, y'all niggas, again, it's about the attention. I want to be known as the guy who proved that point when it's already been proven. People were known as the guy who proved the point. We might not know these niggas because, they get erased from history over time. But it's like, my guy, this is so stupid that you are going to sit up here and pretend you're proving a point when the point don't even apply to you anyway. Because you're not getting canceled for being, for questioning Jewish folks. You're being canceled for saying wildly nasty anti-Semitic shit. That's literally what you're getting canceled. It's not because
Literally.
you mentioned some light shit. Because you could have asked some questions and niggas would be like, I don't know, bro. You just like, and that is one point when I have to separate this from both of these niggas. But this is one point to where there is a concentrated effort to make any criticism considered anti-Semitic. I've seen that, and I agree with that. But I don't think it applies to either of you two idiots, and that's my problem. It doesn't apply to y'all. Y'all talking about it and bringing that point up, and it's a true point, but it ain't true for you, nigga. Because you posted a movie that said the Holocaust was a hoax, nigga. It said the number was a hoax. The movie you promoted.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like,
I feel like you kind of moved from Kanye over to Kyrie a little bit.
I did. I'm also conflating them a bit in the same, because it's
We
like one
all right,
inspired the other. Let's be honest here. Like, there's a reason why
yeah,
Kyrie spoke up and said what he said,
yeah.
because he saw it. But Kyrie's been very, like, somebody had a post and they was like, bro, the nigga is a vegan, Muslim,
All right,
Native
I
American,
want to end this
anti-vaxxer.
because we can go on for fucking 17,000 hours.
Mhm.
I hate Kanye. Also hate Kyrie.
Yeah, your step back Sebi going crazy, man. Something wrong with him.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah,
Step back
Kanye.
Sebi is hilarious.
Kanye worse than Kanye is worse than Kyrie.
Oh well, yeah,
But
yeah.
well, I said that, but at the same time, Kyrie is currently doubling down on his anti-Semitic shit.
I think he apologized something today, but my problem is
No,
when
no,
you
no,
go
no,
against.
no, no, no. He apologized, but then doubled down and said, "Well, I mean, if they was really black, if what I said was it really wrong?"
How do we know if there? That's my problem. Like, there's no definitive proof. Y'all keep citing niggas who are citing niggas who are citing a YouTube video. Like, we don't have no evidence of this. We just have depictions and
I,
descriptions, and
I
some of this
want
shit don't fit y'all little
exactly. I want
y'all
to
little
see
thing.
what he said. I want to see what he said.
He said, I want to see. And that was the other thing, right? Because people were saying, well, just because he promotes something, does that mean he has to agree with everything in it? And I was like, no. But guess what? If I promote Andrew Tate because he said water is good for you, then
That's
yeah,
why I
people
said,
then
you know,
people are going to assume I you get what I'm saying? They're gonna agree to assume, like, okay, that was a 1 hour long interview. He said a lot of other shit. You just agree with that one part about the water. You couldn't have found nobody else to make that water point? No? You
I
got
think
it.
Kyrie Irving is going to be one of the first basketball players of all time to be ejected from the league
Oh, he
or
just got
league.
suspended.
Oh damn, I'm late.
No,
God
just like
damn.
he just got suspended literally
Oh,
16 minutes ago.
oh, oh,
Yeah,
damn.
he's being suspended for at least 5 games without pay. And the Nets said they were dismayed by his failure to, quote, unequivocally say he has no anti-Semitic beliefs. Well, of course he couldn't say that
Yeah,
because he
because
was literally saying
he keeps
anti-Semitic shit.
he keeps fucking doubling down.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's
Um.
end this because I don't want to talk about. We keep talking about anti-Semitic niggas and Kanye. I don't
Yeah.
know if we could do more in fucking Kyrie Irving. Listen,
Yeah.
listen. Kyrie
Yeah.
Irving. I hate this nigga. Absolutely hate this nigga. I liked him for a brief time in 2020 when he was like the NBA athlete leader.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that for a brief time. But
No.
after that, he's just been an anti-vaxxer Hebrew nigga.
He's just a
It's just,
contrarian at every
it's
step of
just,
the way, and it's just like, is this just your bag? This is your personality?
yeah.
You're so different.
Oh, he's so different. Hate this nigga. I'm not a fan of Kyrie.
Oh, you are
I'm
so
act.
different.
I'm I'm actively voting for his downfall. I don't want this nigga in the NBA anymore. I'm sorry.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, rats with backpacks could help save earthquake survivors.
It doesn't make me feel better, but I'm glad that they're doing that. I mean,
Oh man. Yeah, so that's about it. That's about it. I didn't have nothing else to talk about. I was gonna do a little speed read a topic, but I don't really feel like it. I'm gonna go to the liquor store after this anyway. So
let's go. I went to the liquor store
um
before this, so
we didn't mention Dan Snyder was gonna sell the team. But the funniest part, the news of him saying that he wanted to sell or he was looking into options to sell the team is that came right after or right before them basically saying the Congress was opening an investigation into I was screaming. He was like, "Oh, they about to investigate us." Yeah, who want this? Yeah,
ah,
yo, who want this? Yo, come on, somebody come get this.
no, yeah,
Somebody
for
come get
real.
this. All right, but I'm about to, I'm about to call that nigga Kyrie semiconductor Sebi.
I'm kind of mad about it, but let's go ahead and end it. Kind of mad though.
All right, ladies and gents, that's been a good time. It's been it.
I'm mad about it though.
Yeah.
Mad.